video may contain content parents may find unsuitable for children. Viewer discretion is advised.
Hey everybody, Hunger again, and we're doing another podcast. Yeah, that is what we're doing. It's a pixel art podcast. Definitely nothing else going on here. So yeah. Okay, just sorry, I was working on this a little bit before the stream. Making some decent progress here, so I was kind of encouraged to keep going. So I started a little late. I'm sorry about that. Let's see. Sort of. Okay, so this one should be. There we go. It's so crazy how, like, this seemingly completely innocuous assortment of colors comes together to become a awesome image at the end, you know? Like, it's kind of wild, honestly. So, let's see, what is this thing down here doing? This is that color, so boom. This down here is supposed to be purple. Not the same purple that we're using for the Crying Obsidian, mind you, but alright, so yeah. Let's see. Here we go. There. And 2 out of 3 there. Okay, yeah. It's wild. Okay. Just wildin'. There we go, blue ice. The blue ice white dragon. I mean, so there's that. Let's see. And one right there. Okay. All right. And then we want that. What's this? Is that? This. That. Oh my gosh. This is absolutely wild. So it's 1, 2, so it should be over here now. Okay, there's that. And then that. And 2. There. Absolutely wild. Oh yeah, we got some stuff over here. Oh my gosh. This is still amazing to me, the way that this works. Just... Oh. This... Yeah, this should be this color. There's that. Okay. Wow, wild. I'm still not sure about this color. Ugh. Okay, so yeah, I'm still not thrilled with that. It's actually pretty close to what it is on the original sprite. I just wish there was another way of making the color look like that. Alright, no problem, Caps. I'm just talking about how I wasn't crazy about this, the way this pink looks. I mean, it's the color I want, but it's, you know, the way it's stacked. I might have to move it down. I don't know. See what happens. Oh, is this supposed to be? Yeah, that's true. How is it going to look on a map? That's the question. Oh, okay. Understandable. Okay. Oh. This is... that. Oh. Ugh. Oh. Should open BC. Okay. Alrighty. Will do. Alrighty. Alright, there we go. BC open. Internet might have some issues. Some issues. Oh yeah.
Hey guys, what's going on?
Alright, there's that.
Howdy.
Okay, yeah. I think that's gonna take care of that. And then so is that? Yeah, that. Okay. No wait. Is this? Okay, yeah, no, we're all good there. Okay, yeah, I think we're good on most of that shit. I think that's gonna be all the crying obsidian I need for her. Alright. Okay. Oh wait. No, that's wrong. Oh shit. Okay, so this is supposed to be this fucking color here.
Hello, Mario.
No. Oh, Jesus.
There we go. Okay. Okay, so that square right there. There's two. There's three.
So I spent an hour yesterday trying to shiny hunt a shiny applin
Yeah.
at that one spot that
But I
Soul showed us.
yeah.
Yeah. And then today I spent an hour in the cave trying to get myself a shiny Ekans.
Oh,
Neither one of these hunts proved successful.
Wow.
Dang.
I'm quite sad about that, but I will get my shiny versions of both of those.
Did you get a new headset?
No, I'm actually just talking straight off of my laptop.
Oh, okay, yeah. Yeah, because you're way louder now. So.
Oh,
Yeah, because your headset mic was like really quiet. So.
It is.
well, the thing is it's like today, there's no one. Like, it's just me. Like, it's a quiet day, so I can actually talk freely.
Yeah.
But like, if somebody comes in, like, you'll be able to hear everybody who comes into the room and shit.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
There we go. All right. I put you back at regular volume, so because I had your volume turned like way up because.
Oh yeah, I understand.
Because you were so quiet before.
And now I'm booming!
Yeah. So,
The
alright.
way it should be.
Yeah, exactly. So that one. Okay. Pick out the one stinking spot. Alright.
You go, Jesus, too loud.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Scared me out of my bed. Dang.
Finally, caps lock with the loud voice.
Alright.
Yep.
Loudening.
See, that's been the secret all along to my success. I don't actually have a raised voice. The volume's just increased.
Alright.
Shut
I can hear you like
up, baby.
now.
I think the cat wants outside. Give me a minute.
Oh.
Yeah, you can hear her. She's crying at the door.
Oh jeez, yeah, I can't hear it, so. Okay, there we go. Boom.
Yeah, that was my oldest cat.
Okay, yeah. Couldn't hear it. So.
She's the yeah, she's been she's basically it's recently she's just been bugging us coming inside the house, getting something to eat, and then wanting to go right back outside.
Alright.
Wow.
Little bitch.
Right.
Well, at least the other two are good. Because then there's Tank, who I've shown off pictures of. She's an adorable little thing. She's still fucking adorable, too.
Yeah.
And then there's also Ajax, who's our black cat. And I haven't shown you guys pictures of him, but he's got like one of those little chest tuft things like Shadow the Hedgehog.
Oh, cool.
Okay, so there's that.
Shit. I'm awake. Man, I should really do something about deactivating those spells I have on you permanently equipped.
Eh,
Because there's no point in giving you levitation if you've got fucking creative mode on.
well, yeah, but, you know. But when that's off, then, you know.
But will it be off again?
Yeah,
It's like we've given you the taste of God mode. It's like try to rip that power away from you again. I guarantee you, it's not going to be easy.
Yeah, well, it's just something where right now it's more convenient for me to be like this, but like, yeah.
I mean, shit, really, it's we're to the point where the only person who regularly plays in the realm anymore who doesn't have creative mode power is Solus.
Yeah.
Solus is all by himself.
Yeah. Basically just here to test all of the things for you
Test
guys.
all the mayhem. Yeah.
Yep.
Right? Right? Basically, Solus gets to be our guinea pig. It's like, Solus, log in real quick. I need a test, or I need a test subject.
All right.
I need somebody to shoot dolphins at.
Okay, so.
Take your word for it, Shalbrick. I don't drink Bang Energy. And Hunger doesn't drink Monster Energy.
Yeah, you're right.
See, I think we should just expand that boycott to just boycott energy drinks. Just as a health thing, and then we could that's what we could do. We could just turn it into like a whole health awareness like hashtag. It's like, you don't need energy drinks. There's coffee. This message brought to you by the Coffee Council.
Oh man.
Excuse me.
Yep, it's coming along. Oh snap.
Oh, hey. Hi, Siege.
Hey, Siege.
Ah, hello there.
Still the best.
Simply the
1970.
best.
That one and this one.
You ruined it. You ruined it, and I'm leaving.
God.
Oh, man.
Vegeta, no!
Vegeta, yes!
I just watched the Super Saiyan 3 part on the Boo Bits. The
Boob bits, you say?
yeah, so basically, the Team 4-Star has been helping this guy with a review.
Oh no, I know what
series
you're
he's
talking
doing.
about. I just heard
Yeah.
boob bits.
Yeah, Boo Bits is what they're calling their clips that they did for him when they.
Boob bits.
Totally not, Mark. I mean, heyo.
Oh, I see. I messed up there. But yeah.
We need a Siege Heyo button. Just record Siege saying Heyo, and then and then we can use that anytime we make like a joke or like a pun or something.
Oh no.
Well, if I wasn't still too cheap just to subscribe to the Discord Nitro, I would have done that already.
Yeah.
Oh come on, I'm cheap and I've got it.
Yeah, well, I had a $350 end of feline life bill that totally threw my finances up the wall, so I'm eating broke food lately.
I know that feeling.
The sad thing is, I'm gonna be wrangling myself up enough money to get another cat soon.
You want one of mine? You can have Baby. She's annoying and she only wants to hang around when there's food.
Sounds like a cat after hunger's own heart.
Oh man, I don't know about that.
Funny.
I have a circle of friends that, the way that they've been texting me, it seems like they might be doing a donation circle to help me out with funds.
Let's see. Wait. I'm on the wrong spot.
Yeah, I loaded up my own personal server with iconic sound effects and clips and whatever, and I was
I know.
really annoyed. I was really annoyed.
Sorry.
That's all right. I was really
They're
annoyed
good.
that I had to subscribe to use them here. So,
Yeah.
but since I'm a Game Pass Ultimate subscriber, they use they have certain perks and goodies they offer you for free every so often.
Mhm.
Case in point, one of them was at one point a free full month of Disney Plus, and there's two such fantastic offers that I'm kind of waiting for the right time to use. One of them is free Discord for 3 months, or free Nitro, I mean.
That's
And
cool.
the other one is 70-day trial for Crunchyroll Premium.
Oh, okay.
Hmm.
70 is an odd number of days for a free trial, but hey, I'm not complaining.
Right.
See, I was thinking it's like, if I switch my Nitro subscription and everything, I think what I want to so that I can boost this server. Because right now I'm just boosting the Clover server, which they don't need it.
Uh-huh.
And this one, I'd love to have it fully boosted, because then we can have like all the soundboards, all the icons, shit like that. And it's going to a good cause. The one Discord message board I frequent the most.
Yeah. Okay.
From far away, it looks like her head kind of looks like that one dude from Scanners.
Oh, jeez.
Right before or after his head is exploding?
After.
You know, that was a whole trilogy of movies.
I did not actually. I wasn't even aware there was a second one.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah, I went on a huge movie rental binge season in my life in middle school, and I'd heard about the movie Scanners, but I didn't realize there's a whole trilogy, so I rented them all in one shot.
Mm.
Basically, the premise is that I don't know if the term's right, a neonatal drug. Basically, is that a term for a medication that a woman takes while pregnant
Yes.
to help her along? Okay.
Yes.
So, some kind of neonatal pharmaceutical ends up having a bizarre side effect. Side effect being that it gives their kids psychic powers.
Yeah, I know. Yeah.
So, yeah, that's how you got people blowing other people's heads up telepathically and so forth. And so far as I know, only the first one has been released on a Blu-ray or DVD. I want to scream at Shout Factory's Scream department to get that series out, because it is technically a horror franchise.
Mm-hmm.
Didn't Shout Factory used to put out the MST3K DVDs as well? I'm almost certain they did.
That I can't personally confirm or deny, but I do know that they were the ones who got the first print out of the Super Mario Bros. Super Show cartoons, Captain N, the Mario World, Mario 3, and Zelda cartoon.
Now, a few of those are pretty horrific, especially that Zelda one.
Yeah, probably the reason why Link doesn't really have a whole lot of speaking lines to this day. Which will probably change if the rumors of a Nintendo Cinematic Universe are true.
I'm just wondering what generic Hollywood actor they could get to do the voice of Link now. Like, I was reading something the other day saying that that the SAG-AFTRA is also trying to now go after certain video game companies and stuff for their voice acting. And my thought is, it's like, oh no, I'm not going to hear Troy Baker and Nolan North in every video game anymore. Oh darn!
Right.
What's their beef with the video game voice actors? I thought that was one of the few good, cushy jobs out there in entertainment.
They're just being annoying. Like
it's at this point, it's really greed. Like the video game industry. I mean, okay, so the new Mortal Kombat game just came out, and their big fucking actor, like their big name person in this, was Megan Fox. Like, they were like all excited. It's like, we got Megan Fox, the actress Megan Fox, for this game. If you actually play the fucking game, there isn't a single goddamn line in that she says in this game that isn't phoned in. It is so fucking terrible, and her voice acting is so fucking noticeably bad that it detracts from every other aspect of the gameplay.
Yeah, I watched the entire 4-hour movie cutscene of the story mode.
Yeah, and every line she has is fucking awful.
It broke my immersion, what little there was by that point.
Right? Like, I was so upset. Like, I'm just like, well, I knew it was gonna be. I knew, when they were like, "Hey, it's Megan Fox. She's gonna do a voice." I'm like, I knew it was gonna be bad. I was just not expecting it to be that level of bad. Like, it was fucking cringe-inducing.
Like Baten Kaito's voice acting bad.
Not quite that bad.
More like Resident Evil 1 voice acting bad, almost.
Okay.
Like, she was almost a Jill sandwich. Like, it was pretty bad. Like, she sounded so fucking bored. Like, she didn't even want to be doing it. It's like, why would you sign up for a job like that if you didn't want to actually do it?
Right.
Probably because her agent just said, "Oh, hey, here's an opening. How about you fill it?"
Right.
But she's used to getting her openings filled.
Right.
Oy.
But
Yeah.
Walked right into that one. Or I walked her right into that one.
Yeah.
sorry, it's just I don't feel like having a celebrity voice actor in a video game makes the video game any better. I don't think it's ever been the case for any video game.
Unless it's a Transformers game and that celebrity voice actor is Peter Cullen.
I mean, that's true.
Or Frank Welker.
Or Frank Welker, yes. Yeah,
but it's so... But these instances are so rare, and it's like they actually have to get the original.
Yeah, like if it's a tie-in video game, I think having the voice actor be like the original person who voiced the character is absolutely better. Like, you know.
Well, at least for Mortal Kombat 1, they did get a cameo voice actor appear, which is kind of a really deep-cut nod to the history behind the franchise.
Hmm?
Pretty sure everybody else knows.
Well, you're talking about Jean-Claude Van Damme. Yeah, I keep mentioning that story.
Yeah.
But no, it's no. Who was the other one?
Harry Hiroyuki Tagawa. If that's if that's not him voicing Shang Tsung in Mortal Kombat 1, then
they kept all the voice actors from the previous game. Like, even the original Scorpion and the original Raiden voice actors, they come back for other modes. Like they're actually still in the game. Like no spoilers or anything, but yeah, their characters are still there.
Yeah,
Man, and I don't want to spoil that game yet because it's technically not out yet, but at the same time, holy fucking shit. That ending, though.
Yeah, the entire story mode is like a love letter to everything that has come before, and I appreciate that, but it disappointed me because it's jumping on a too popular trend that I'm starting to get a little bit sick of.
Yeah, I understand why they did that, though. Like,
Oh, of course.
the game, because you gotta remember, MK11, the plan was to have another set of DLC come out that never got released. But they had plans for it, but they got scrapped because of COVID. And when that happened, they still wanted to continue the story, or at least finish the storyline that they had prepared for MK11. So what they just did was, when 12 came out, they were just like, well, okay, it's 12, it's like resetting the clock. Let's actually finish the story that we were intending to do. And that's why, like, 12 does feel like almost a direct continuation of MK11 storyline.
Right. And that's why I was telling everyone who says, oh, wow, it's a total reboot. I'm like, no.
No, it's actually not. It's more, like I said, it is more like a direct continuation of the last game. Like, it just doesn't feel like it at first because of the reboot aspect.
Yeah. But it's just basically except where the other one leaves off, as otherwise, there wouldn't be a reference to Gearus or the Hourglass or none of that.
Yeah. But I like it, though. Like, I really do like the game. Like, again, like I said, no spoilers. No real spoilers or anything. But, I don't know. Like, some of the things that I saw towards the end of the game, like, got me really fucking hype. Like, and it really does kind of make me hope that 24th slot that nobody's figured out yet, which is funny. The game has been out now for 3 days and still nobody knows what that 24th character slot is. And I'm still hoping it's the create a character mode.
Oh.
Like,
that would be phenomenal.
Like, and seeing as because Ed Boon did say, he's like, I'm not bringing in any new characters this game, but create a fighter is not a new character technically. Make me I'll finally get my hornbuckle in the game one way or another.
I was really touched by what they did with King Jared.
Yes. Like, I finally wanted to have them at least mention him or something. Like, have him show up in a game. And they do him justice. Like, Jared's the most underrated fucking Mortal Kombat lore character ever. Because his entire point up to this game was his entire purpose, or his entire existence was to die before the events of the game get kicked off.
Yeah.
The stupid video keeps dying on me, so I have to keep reloading it so I can see what you're doing.
Oh yeah.
I mean, I could technically just jump into the realm and look, but that actually involves work.
Right.
No
I know,
way,
I
man,
really
you're crazy. That takes work. I'm lazy.
But like, I would just sit in one spot and probably just watch you build this anyways.
Right.
Occasionally shoot a dolphin at you.
Right. Good grief.
Yeah, I haven't worked on my newest spell. I'm actually my next spell that I'm making is I'm gonna make it so you can shoot flaming skulls.
Yeah.
Oh, I haven't told these guys yet, though. I told you, Hunger.
Yeah.
But
There we go. Okay.
but I'm gonna turn the Wither's main attack into a spell.
Yeah. Which, not gonna lie, is kind of sick. So.
I'm also gonna turn being packed to death by chickens, a la Legend of Zelda. I'm gonna turn that into a suicide booth.
All right.
I do it for you, Solus. I do it for you.
Ah.
Speaking of suicide booths and Futurama references, they finally had a bad episode in the new season.
Just one.
Yeah, just one, in my opinion.
Because I don't know the what was it, the crypto mining episode I thought was pretty stupid.
I was getting a huge kick out of that one, so. I know everything's subjective, but I think it's
only
way
when
too
they do-
soon.
It's only when they do like the more direct references that I don't really care for it. Like when they do like
Exploded.
yeah, it's shit like that. Like there's
Oh,
like
there's such a thing as too soon.
See, I don't even think it's the too soon thing so much because I mean South Park has gotten away with like the majority of their episodes are topical as fuck, but it's the way I guess the topicality is, or just what the story is of that topic. Like
Right.
I guess that just makes it
Right.
not good.
If the reference is too like on the nose, it's less funny.
Yeah.
Because with South Park, a lot of theirs were just like really thinly veiled references to things. You know, like.
Yeah, like the whole
Plus, that's been South Park's whole shtick
Right,
since
yeah.
inception. So,
Yeah.
for Futurama to be doing stuff like that, just like, really? It just took me out of it. I'm only paying $2 a month for it right now. So.
yeah, I forget how like what am I watching it on? Hulu? Yeah, I think I got it on Hulu. But yeah, I mean it's cheap. It's just I don't. There's some dumb episodes recently. Like I just don't care for like the heavy topic ones. Like they're trying too much to make it more modern day, like parallels, and it's like, but you're in the future. You don't need to.
Right.
Forgot how to fly with the rockets.
Jump in the air and toss one to the ground.
I do that.
But yeah, you have to be like your wings have to be like out. So usually when you jump, like you have to jump like twice to get your wings to pop out, and then you throw out then you drop a rocket and it should shoot you up.
Oh, you press down?
I did something wrong here, didn't I?
No, I'm saying when you jump a second time while you're in the air, and it should have your wings pop out, and then while your wings are kind of spread, that's when you throw the rocket, and then it should shoot you out.
But how do I throw the rocket?
Just use it like you would like shoot or you would swing a sword or something, I believe.
Okay.
I'm not in the game at the moment, so it's kind of hard to tell you what the controls are. It's like, oh yeah, I forgot. Siege also plays on survival. So that's two. Who's even in our realm anymore?
I don't know.
Because it's like, because I don't even know, because Leon hasn't played in forever.
Dude, it's a giant frog right next to my shack.
Oh yeah, I made Gigantoads. That was some time ago. Well, gigantoads is what they should be called, I believe.
Yeah. Gigantoads. Gigantoads.
I like the cherry blossom tree I've got next to my house now. It's pretty.
There's a pirate ship a little ways away. On that pirate ship, there are swamp villagers, and you can actually get chainmail armor from them, I believe. Unless the balance patch didn't come in yet, that's also a possibility because Minecraft is slow as fuck rolling out their updates. We've literally been waiting since version 19. What is it? 1.19.84 was supposed to be the update that added block displays, and I'm still salty as fuck that it hasn't come to Bedrock. It's funny because every time like Waddles puts out a new video for like a beta or like a Minecraft beta or something like that, I will mention every fucking time. It's like, so when are we getting block displays? When are we getting block displays? Block displays when?
Master
Getting-
Roll, Caps Lock Prime.
Oh, I'm getting into arguments with people because they don't even know what the fuck block displays are. Like,
I'm in
Is
their
there
camp too.
well, it's like, well, you Java players, it's like, how can you, if you don't know what block displays are, you don't know what you're missing out on. Like, having the ability to turn any block into any size or shape, being able to morph them or give them physics, like there's all kinds of things like I could do with block displays that it's just being squandered by these fucking shitty Java players.
Fucking hell. I've messed up somewhere. I think I put... Yeah, I put too many of these down. That's what it was. So... That's why everything's fucked up. Okay.
Well, where's the big Final Fantasy mural that you were putting together?
It's underground.
It's underneath the castle.
Alrighty.
Go if you go where that giant red and yellow tower is, there's a staircase that leads inside the castle near where the axolotl room is. Keep following the hallway down a little bit, and there'll be a water column that heads downwards. When you take that water column down, it'll get you to the first set of... it should get you to the first set of the murals. I don't know if there's a second set built for the ones under that just yet, though. I don't know if I ever built one, honestly.
Yeah, man. Fuck that up. Alright, so... Okay, so...
Howdy.
Girl, I have a Final Fantasy VII question for you.
Okay.
Forgotten
Sam.
City. Is the Forgotten capital where Eris gets skewered?
I think so.
Spoilers, man.
Game's nearly as old as all of us.
Right. No, but not everybody knows that they fuck. Oh, man. Alright, let's see.
Oh yeah, Hunger. So, are you familiar with the ROM hack Pokemon Noon by any chance?
I've heard about it. It was Pokemon Smile, and then there was
the
Dipka
iFunny.
and the
So it's the iFunny Pokemon hack. Like it's trying really really hard to be Clover. Like they took all the worst lessons that we had, like all the like the occasional casual racism, pointless shit like that Clover has. Like it's dark, like the little dirty aspect to kind of make Clover like not that great. But they basically took all of those lessons to heart. So it's kind of a rough play. Yeah. But I found out. So Rusebird's actually made a song or two for those guys. And he's been calling himself Noon Dev on the Clover Discord for that reason. But he stays in contact with these guys for some reason. And now these idiots are they're trying to get in touch with the Clover devs and everything, because they basically just want to be a part of Clover now, is what they've lost the pretense, and I've always figured that's what it was. Like same thing with the other group that made their own ROM hack, or were trying to make their own ROM hack. It was just they're just trying to be Clover. They're basically trying to get the Noon Pokemon in the Clover battle server, like on so I don't know if that's actually going to be a thing that happens. Yeah, I don't know if that'll actually happen, but it's kind of funny that they've been kissing our ass recently. Yeah. To the point where we're now talking in the back rooms, because we've still got an event that we've been planning out, and we've been planning it for about a year and a half now. And they've already decided, it's like, well, because of this stupid shit with Noon, we're going to change the event that we had planned, and instead we're just going to have an invasion from the Smile cast. Like they're all just going to invade the game. So, like, I don't know. Like, I don't know if I want, or if I don't know if I want Noon to be part of the Clover multiverse.
Let's see.
Like I don't want us to. Like, I just don't want to encourage them, I guess is the best way to put it. Because their writing is awful. Like, I don't know. Like, some of the, like, they use one word specifically that I will not repeat. They use it. Yeah, they use that word more times in their demo than Clover does in the entirety of the game.
Yeah.
Like,
are these NPCs that are? Sorry to interrupt. Are these NPCs that are going into my shack? Or is
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. What did you say?
There's characters walking in and out of my shack and doing things. Are they NPCs of some sort?
Those are probably villagers. If they're going in and out of your house, it's probably because you've got like an anvil or like a block or something set up, and they're using it for like a job block
for villager things.
Yeah, basically.
All right. Yeah, I've got several thingies like that in there.
Uh-huh.
All right,
yeah, they're harmless. Yeah, they're harmless. They're just from the nearby apartments, just coming over to your house to work because they don't have a place to work over there.
Uh-huh. They took
as long
your gem!
as long as they clean up after themselves, I'll be happy.
Yeah.
Fine. Might be hard for my character to get some sleep with all that racket, but
Hmm. Hmm.
Huh.
Yeah, the plan was eventually, at some point in the future, to expand that area around there. Like, I actually didn't want to make that. Like, I wanted to get rid of that entire swamp area and make it just like more land, but I'm fine with it as is, I suppose.
oh, here we go. Now I'm flying. Yeah, 40 minutes of trying.
Hey, you're doing pretty good compared to us on Ogre Oustin last night, so... Imagine accomplishing your goal after a mere 40 minutes. Couldn't be us.
Hey, in fairness, though, that minigame sucks.
It does. It is like objectively terrible, but
That from
Like-
Carl Kingdom's Chronicles
no, it was
or Rhapsody 2.
Pokemon, the new
Oh.
Pokemon DLC has a minigame in it called Ogre Oustin, and
Oh, is that
Yeah.
the thing I saw you doing where you're like racing around and popping balloons?
Yeah.
yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, it only took us like 3.5 hours to frickin' beat the hard mode. At like
oh,
Yeah.
that's why they call it hard mode.
with 4 people helping. Yeah.
But yeah, it just doesn't look fun. Sorry.
It's
Like,
it's really it's it sucks. But it's fine. We got a bunch lax out of it.
See, I just keep looking at this though, and it's like I keep wanting to compare this specific DLC with the Island of Armor.
Oh, the Isle of Armor.
Because-
Yeah.
Like, and those two specific DLCs, and just those two standing alone on their own.
So
And it's like,
so
but
Isle
it's
of
like
Armor,
Isle
Isle of Armor by itself is not great. It's basically about the same amount of content that we got in the Teal Mask. Crown Tundra though was a banger. So
that's kind of how I thought about it. I was like,
yeah.
well, the first DLC in both games was kind of mid,
Kinda
but
meh.
then
Yeah.
oh my god, I used that, but it was kind of mediocre, and then the next one after that, like the Crown Tundra, was actually really good, and it made the game worth playing.
Right.
And I'm hoping that Indigo Disc does the same here.
Yeah.
But it was like, also I was thinking, it was like the one thing that I did like about Isle of Armor was that they had, like, it was the cheaper items, like the cheaper items to get to boost your character stats and everything. And the way they did it there was they just cut the price of buying it in half. In this
Yeah.
game, it's like you actually have to do the fucking mini game
Oh,
to get
the
the
mochi.
items. And it's like, but I don't want to play the mini game though, and I sure as fuck don't want to have to play it multiple times to get the damn
Not
things.
the mochi! Anything but the mochi, please!
So my thought was, I'm probably gonna spend this whole time in the game just like either farming battles to get the money for stat boosting items, or I'll just raise them in Sword and Shield if that's compatible, and then just transfer them over.
Well,
But it's like
the
I
other
don't
thing,
like the setup.
Yeah, the other thing with stat boosting items in this game, though, is if you do the event raids, like all of those 7-star raid bosses drop stat boosting items as one of their raid
And that's
drops.
true. I know, but that's true only for now.
Yeah.
Like as far as a long-term solution to the problem,
Right,
it's not big. It's not a good idea. Like
Yeah, because that only works during each raid. I get it. You know, like
I did notice though that the
Luigi's
newer raids.
Mansion.
what?
I think
Sorry.
I stumbled upon Luigi's Mansion.
Oh,
This huge green mansion in the middle of nowhere.
I see.
Is it in Teal Town?
I don't know. It's -64, 79, -385.
I know where you're at. You're in the upper. That has to be in Teal Town. A big green mansion.
Yeah, I was just flying around. I'm like, ooh, this is huge and pretty.
Yeah, that has to be the Teal Town mansion.
Yeah, except I'm lost, stuck inside it.
If you ever get lost, just head back to 00. That should take you. It should take you to where the dragon rides are at, but more specifically, that's right around the corner from your base.
Yeah, but you forget who you're talking to here. I'm Mr. 3D Paper Bag, remember?
Turn on coordinates. Like you
I
said,
have
you
my-
have to.
Oh wait,
So
here we
then-
go.
Yeah, I was just
back
gonna
on
say.
one of the roofs.
Yeah, I was gonna say just go back to 00 and the coordinates, and you'll get back to your base pretty easily.
Nah, I'm good. I found a way out. I found my way out, and I'm flying again.
Okay, I'm back.
You missed the most life-changing, inspiring conversation ever, Solus.
And that being.
I'm just kidding.
He's just messing with you. Nothing happened.
I literally gave him the secret to life.
Is this some kind of twisted joke?
Like the secret
Joke,
of life.
yes. Twisted, no.
The secret of life, Solus, is to barely scrape by and don't get shot.
Oh,
Oh.
profound. Honestly.
Souls to live by. We're not worthy! We're not worthy! We suck!
Oh no, that was oh no, the huzzah was MST3K. The Pod People episode
Yeah.
with Schmucker's brand raspberry preserve. I don't know. I fucking love that episode.
Ah, crap. I fell off the platform trying to admire X and...
Oh no.
But no, that episode actually, that episode of Mystery Science Theater taught me the word huzzah. So I thought, since that was the first time I'd ever heard the word used, I'd use that for my sound clip.
Yeah. Okay.
No, Pac-Man, drugs are bad.
Yeah, I've added the sage wisdom of my favorite animated members of the Laporte family on my soundboard.
Uh-huh.
They are practically my guiding philosophy in life. Well, secondary.
Uh-huh.
Vegeta, Vegeta, Vegeta.
Vegeta!
Vegeta.
Oh,
You ruined it. You ruined it, and I'm leaving.
Remember the
love that.
bug planet, Vegeta?
You ruined it. You ruined it, and I'm leaving.
I love that one so much.
If I could I could use my soundboard right now, I'd play all three of them.
You should be able to.
I
Yeah,
didn't
he's
pay the
talking
subscription.
his, so.
It should be on if it's on your soundboard on your. Oh, I'm stupid. My bad.
Oh, he doesn't have Nitro.
Yeah, my bad. I for some reason I thought we were. I don't know what I was thinking. It's late for me and I'm stoned, so
Oh,
I have excuses. All the excuses.
It's a quarter after 1. I'm a little drunk.
I hate that song. I hate that song.
Oh man.
Like I was just telling my boss the other day, like he puts on like the '90s playlist, and I'm like, there are many songs. Like I said, there are many songs I can absolutely I can tolerate them. Some songs like that that I don't really care for, and then there are songs like Mambo Number 5 that I absolutely fucking loathe
Yeah.
and never want to hear again.
Oh,
And
man.
hearing them on the fucking '90s playlist just pisses me off.
Oh man. I like the Clinton Number 5.
Like, what was it?
Have you heard that one?
Does that
I
one
know-
go
I
over
know
all the
that
people they've killed?
No.
I know what it is. I don't care though, because I fucking hate that song, and I hate all parodies of that song.
Yeah.
Like, I've heard it before though. I know exactly what you're talking about. It's talking about all the different women that Clinton's fucked around with.
Yes.
But no,
it's funny.
what was it? What was the other one at work that they would play every fucking day? It was Mbop by Hanson.
Oh yeah. Fuck
And I was
that.
like, and I was like, this is a fucking song I do not need to hear every day. If I was like, even in the fucking '90s, I didn't want to hear this song every day. Why would I want to hear it every day now?
Right.
20 years after the fact.
Yeah. Right. Oh
Like-
man.
But what is it? Less than a month away, and I go to see Shaggy 2 Dope for the second time.
Nice.
Trying to get backstage passes for that one as well. My plan is to show up backstage and be like, "Hey, you remember me from The Gathering?"
All right.
That'd be funny too, because then that'd be my second. It'd be my second encounter with the same celebrity, and I think that's the first time that's ever happened.
Right.
Because I mean, I've met my fair share of like musicians and shit like that, but it's like I think outside of maybe Mushroom Head, I don't think I've ever actually like run into him more than like once or twice.
Yeah.
I mean, definitely Element A440. I've seen those guys so many fucking times because they used to be a local band.
Yeah.
But see, and that one's kind of funny because those guys got big back when my buddies were like doing their shows and shit, and so I got to see them rise from like one of those like local bands to actually gaining some national notoriety. And it was just kind of funny because their egos just got so fucking big after they got signed. They were like the opening band at some of these fucking shows we'd go to, and they were cool dudes. But it was like as soon as they got fucking like they got some radio play because one of the stations out there, KUPD, every year they would do a thing where you could pay them so much money and they would let you play any song you wanted on the station. And so and that's how some bands, they would send in demo tapes and they would be like, okay, here's $300. Can you play our song? And so the radio station would play that. And that was how Element A440 got to be big. And but yeah, they when that happened, I just remember that, and they didn't even play one of their best songs on the radio. It was one of the shit songs that they only played at like half of the shows because they didn't really care for it. But I guess it was just one of the ones that they had like remastered already, like they had it fully ready to go.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Jeez.
And then you see other fucking bands that went nowhere. Like I've seen a couple of those. Like my friend's band, they disbanded. And I just remember running into my buddy at Starbucks. Like before I moved back to Ohio, I was like, you doing any shows recently? And he's like, nah, dude, we stopped playing. We stopped playing a couple months ago. I'm like, why? What happened? Their drummer had a kid, and so they had no time anymore.
Jeez.
Life got serious for them. But they're all still friends, and like I still talk to them on occasion. But it'd be nice, to be able to see some of their old shows, or at least see them come back and do some shows again.
Yeah,
I miss going to shows every weekend. That was the life. That was a decade of my life that I don't really get to talk about all that often with you guys, because it's always been about Clover. Like, you guys met me after my concert years.
right. Okay, this is.
Well, I only have one real concert story. In the late 90s, I got into Aerosmith via Revolution X and my uncle, who was a total concert nerd. I don't even know if that's the right word for it.
I'm sorry, but that was the name of the game I was trying to tell my brother about the other day.
But
Revolution X.
Oh yeah.
Because I told him, I said Aerosmith made a video game at one point. I just couldn't remember the name of it.
I mean, before Guitar Hero.
Yeah.
Yeah, because the thing was I got mentioning all these like really shitty like musician tie-ins. Like because I first started mentioning the Michael Jackson Moonwalker, or was it Moonwalker? Well, the Michael Jackson video game.
Yeah, he had
that they had on Sega Genesis, and then that led into me talking about the other sorts of games that have come out around that same time, like the Aerosmith one. But yeah, what were you saying, man? I'm sorry.
All right. Well, since we were on that tangent for a sec, the Moonwalker arcade machine was actually one of an exceedingly few that had a suicide battery in it, where if the battery died or you tried to tamper around it, it would explode and completely erase the ROM chip. There's actually RAM chips. Of course, it's easily emulatable today, but it was an anti-piracy feature.
Yeah, because there were a lot of people back in the day who would take their arcade cabinets and they would kind of crack them open and make like modifications to the ROM.
Yep, that's
that's how
like the Street Fighter cabinets. Well, not just that, but also
happened.
the Street Fighter Rainbow Edition.
Right.
Yep.
But
anyways, I got into Aerosmith through Revolution X, and my uncle, who was a total
meathead.
Trying to think of a better term. Concert junkie.
Oh, concert. Okay, just randomly said meathead for no reason.
Yeah, and it turned out that he was also a heroin junkie, but I didn't learn that until
not me.
Yeah, not much later. Quite a bit later. Anyways, I in my mind, Aerosmith's popularity just kind of peaked with the Nine Lives album, and that tour was starting off. And my uncle said that he wanted to take me and his son, my favorite cousin, to go see them perform live. Well, my mother, in her infinite wisdom, she got me the Nine Lives album, but I hadn't heard any of the songs on it yet. Except for, the title track on the radio.
For the record, I have sung the wrong lyrics to so many fucking bands, man. Like, sung them to the bands. So, I mean, don't feel bad.
Well, the thing is, since a chunk of the songs they were going to play ended up being on the new album, it's like I missed out on some of the concert experience because I would have loved to hear live versions of the songs on that album that I liked after I was familiar with them.
Sometimes, see, like I kind of think, because I kind of, like when I went to the Alien Ant Farm concert this year, like you gotta think Alien Ant Farm, maybe 2 or 3 songs from them, correct?
Yep. Yeah. Well.
So everything else felt like a treat because it was like I never heard this song before. I'm not familiar with their work, but the few songs I did know from them, those felt extra fucking special. Like, and I honestly I feel like out of their entire set, Smooth Criminal was probably their weakest.
Yeah.
Like.
And that's the only song I'm familiar with.
The one I love is it's called Movies. But I don't know if that was the one I recorded on or for my YouTube or for my channel or not. But they played that one live, and that one I fucking like. That one was great because it was like I got to actually like I was sitting there singing along to that and stuff, and the band was, like that was just one of those moment songs, but it just felt extra special because that's one of those songs you don't get to hear too often. And it was like once it clicked, it was like, oh shit, that's their song. Like that's happened a few times too. Like, like with Moto Grader, it's like I didn't recognize them at first or what songs they had, but then when I heard it, I was like, oh shit, that's them. Like that happens too.
It's like he's him.
Oh, dude!
What happened to the blasphemer in the dog church? One who says I'm more of a cat person. You get eaten.
Oh no, he's just in there to blaspheme.
I'm not seeing him.
Maybe he died. Maybe he actually was sacrificed to the dog lords.
That could happen.
That literally can happen. Our realm is weird like that. Shit just happens.
Yep, shit happens.
So anyway, we're at the concert, and at some point during the show, my uncle points over and he says, "Hey CJ, look over there." Okay, I don't see anything. I look over back to my left, and I look at him, and my cousin and him are just grinning ear to ear at each other. And the lady right next to them was putting her shirt back on.
Oh.
So I missed out. And he said, "I'm sorry, your mom told me to do that." I'm like, "You, that's." So basically, because of my puritanical mother, missed out on seeing someone flash Steven Tyler from like 3 feet away. Really?
Yeah.
I mean, I had a steady girlfriend at the time.
Boobies.
Great.
And see, meanwhile, it's like at the fucking gathering, there's people walking around completely butt fucking naked.
Jeez.
Like we go to get fucking water one day, and they've got these like faucets set up. There's one dude standing right behind the fucking faucets, completely ass naked, fucking washing himself back there behind it.
Jeez.
Like, it's crazy. Like there's just some shit you just have to deal with at this thing. It's like the gathering is like Burning Man without getting stuck in 6 feet of mud. Or without the overly corporate aspect of it. Because while there is still like money being thrown around at the gathering, it's like from what I've heard, like the fucking Burning Man gets more fucking corporate every year now.
Yeah.
And besides, the most money you're spending at the gathering is on like weed and food. Because I mean, once you're in, everything else is free. Like,
right.
Fuck, what is that?
What is what?
In the Pokemon's channel, I recognize that suit.
You do?
Oh, the one from the
one Aquan
meme
posted?
there.
Yeah, what is that?
I have no idea. But it looks sick.
God damn it, that's gonna bother me. I know exactly what that is, and it's right there.
I'm liking the giant dragon statue he's got here.
Oh yeah.
Giant shield.
Yeah.
Yeah, the that little copper tower that's like north of it, like there's a wall of there's like a wall of graffiti. But there's like this copper tower, and if you climb to the top of that tower, you can get inside of a flying minecart, actually.
The gold and purple thing. I'm getting rockets.
Yeah, hold up. I'll jump in the realm and I'll just show you where it's at.
Alrighty. I'll just stay put then.
Now I'm gonna dig out the cords for my controller.
Oh, well, on second thought, I wasn't intending on staying up too late tonight.
But I gotta show you this real fast.
Alright.
Cool.
Alright, don't have a kitten. I might have 2 within a month.
I have 2 kittens. They're assholes.
Damn.
Oh, that's not the personality type I prefer in my cats.
I mean, they're both loving. Like, they both, like, constantly want attention and shit, but it's like anytime you turn your back on them, they're, like, climbing up on shit they shouldn't be climbing up on, or biting cords they shouldn't be biting on, or... like, they're still young, so it's like you gotta train them, and that's not... Oh. Minecraft. The fucking splash message says, don't look directly at the bugs.
Damn.
Programming or insect?
Both. Oh, man.
Yes!
They're not bugs, they're features.
Isn't the difference between a bug and a feature documentation?
Uh-huh.
Oh, damn.
Oh.
There's Siege. Hi, Siege.
What'd you throw to me?
I'm shooting you with dolphins.
Oh.
Dolphin. Oh yeah, the dolphin bombs.
Exploding dolphins.
You don't happen to have spare firework rockets, do you?
That's what John Eagle Gun's fireworks is for.
Oh, you got
Yeah, follow me.
that.
Here, I'll teleport. I'll teleport you to me.
Okay. I was gonna fly.
This is faster.
Right. I thought I'd mention by the by that our friend James Draken is having surgery on Wednesday.
Oh, okay.
Thoughts, prayers, virgin sacrifices, all welcomed in his name.
Over on this side, press this button. Sorry, didn't want to interrupt you.
Oh, there's the button. Oh, sweet. Like a roller coaster without the vertigo. Oh, I spoke too soon.
Yeah, everywhere you look now, and you can even go into first person, or not first person, but third person mode, and still fly around. It's just everywhere you're pointed at, it'll fly you there.
Oh, sweet.
And it's through the entire realm.
It's not on an invisible track.
Nope.
No, it isn't.
Oh, okay. Wow, that's cool.
I can show you the world.
Yeah.
Hunger, you've got an okay voice, but you are not Christopher Daniel Barnes.
Uh-huh.
But yeah, it's also a spell you can throw down if the spell you just write on a piece of paper the words magic carpet, and it will summon that spell, or it'll summon one of those.
Yeah, honestly, I resent being compared to somebody that my voice is superior to, so yeah. He wishes he had my range. Yeah.
Yeah, but he was also the perfect voice of Spider-Man, hands down.
But yeah, that's why I idolize Frank Welker, because he actually has a lot of range. Like, because there's a lot of voice actors that just do the same damn voice every character they play.
That's what I've been saying about fucking Nolan North and fucking what's his fuck. Like every game they're in, they sound the exact same. Like sometimes I can't even tell the two of them apart because the two of them even sound alike. They're just fucking generic white guy voice actors.
But yeah, that's why I really appreciate actors like Frank Welker who do their best to make their voices, their different voice roles sound different from one another. So,
like, let me put it this way: Mark Hamill made two different characters who were just insane fucking jester characters, and both of them sound completely fucking different.
Hobgoblin and Joker.
Oh yeah, I forgot he did Hobgoblin as well. So that's 3, because I was also talking about the Trickster.
Oh, yeah. Speaking of it, there's there's a episode or half episode of Justice League Action where Mark Hamill gets kidnapped by the Joker and the Trickster.
Oh no.
And he gets saved by Swamp Thing.
Yeah, I saw that one.
That's too funny.
Jeez.
At the end, Joker's like, "What's a voice actor?" As you got Hamill in the back seat, basically screwing them up the whole time during the kidnapping attempt. He's impersonating Joker. He's impersonating Trickster.
Oh no!
Throwing his voice from the back seat. It's just an amazing little short there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's like. Meanwhile, you've got Nathan Drake that sounds like generic soldier from Call of Duty that sounds like generic character from Battlefield that sounds like generic character. You know, it's just,
It's another aspect of the 2080 rule in effect. Who's this princess with the blue background here on the other side of X and Sting community?
That's Princess Ovalia.
Oh, okay. I thought it was her.
Yeah. Oh God!
Yeah,
please protect us, thy sinful children of Ivalice.
yeah, we've been discussing like adding like other characters to the mural back on that one, like Delita and Ramza and even like what was it? Algus's head on a spike.
Oh yeah, Algus's head on a pike. That'd be some custom sprite work right there.
that a
Fuck that
reference
guy.
to something?
No, just Algus from Final
Yeah,
Fantasy
fuck that
Tactics.
guy.
Fuck that guy.
Yeah, fuck that guy.
Because fuck that guy.
Oh, okay. I never got far into the story of Tactics because it was too much fictional politics and religion for my taste.
Yeah, no, if you just, like, with Algus,
Man,
all
you
you
would
need to
hate
know
Game
is
of
fuck
Thrones.
that guy.
Sorry, Hunger, I didn't catch what you said.
With Algus, all you need to know is fuck that guy.
Yeah. That's really all it is. Fuck that guy.
He's just a
Fuck that
jackass.
guy.
Yeah, I was kind of afraid that Final Fantasy 16 was going to go that route with the politics and the religious and all that, but basically all you got to know is that the world is rotting and everyone is betraying each other and warring each other for the ever-shrinking resources.
The world is a vampire.
Sorry.
Oh yeah, as I was
Oh,
saying
you're still
earlier-
flying around.
Oh yeah, I'm just kind of chilling, cruising.
Yeah, I love that you
It's
can
making me-
basically put this in autopilot too. But just remember, if you pause it, it's gonna keep going.
Okay.
Or like if you just leave it alone, like switch out of your tabs or whatever, you're gonna keep going. Like, so the best bet is to land before you pause or whatever.
So if I leave the game, it's gonna keep flying me off into Never Never Land.
No, what'll end up what'll end up happening is your cart will fall to the ground, your sprite will disappear, and you will appear in midair the next time you log in.
Cool. I'll just fall to my death immediately, like a suicide booth.
Yes.
If I abandon ship in midair, will the cart fall and damage anything?
No.
Alright.
No, it'll just fall.
Alright, because I don't want to break anyone's Sistine Chapel or whatever. Oh yeah, as I mentioned, friend James Draken is having a hole in his heart patched on Wednesday. So, you send him some love through his DMs or what have you, it'd probably be greatly appreciated.
Sure.
Heart murmur?
No,
literally has a hole in his heart.
it's the type of birth defect that people can sometimes die of natural causes or anything else, and if they do an autopsy, they find it. It's one of those weird things. But
it's the type it's the type of thing where you normally don't find it unless you're like engaged in some heavy physical exertion, because most of the time you could live pretty normally with that defect. But like my little brother had it, and they caught it when he was in high. I think it was middle school or high school, trying to get into sports. So he had his fixed then. But yeah.
Yeah. He was at my place, and I had Kirby at the time. The cat was draped all over my legs. I said, "Hey Jim, can you grab my controller for me? We'll watch something on Disney or something." And he picks up their controller, and all of a sudden he's acting like he's really dizzy. And it turns out he was having a stroke.
Oof.
Yeah, we dashed him pretty much immediately to the hospital, and they ran him through a battery of tests. Yeah, so not only did you have a stroke, we found that you've got a hole in your heart.
Yeah.
They're like, what? Like, yeah, most people could die of natural causes and live their whole lives unaware of this, but it's apparently been causing him periods of weakness and out of breathness and all that jazz. And so, yeah, he's going to get that patched up on Wednesday. And I'd be lying if I said I wasn't terribly worried about it, because I am. That's my nature. I do find people I give half a turd about, I care quite deeply.
I hope he does. Or I hope he's doing well. Like, that's some shit, man.
He's one of the coolest cucumbers of a human being I've ever known, and it just amazes me sometimes. But I get to poke at fun at him quite a bit too for it. In case in point, I'd be I was like over the moon for Infinity War, and I was just beaming all about it. I was just hopping up and down, jumping off the walls, and his reaction is, "It was all right."
Oh man.
But he did say that the Super Mario Brothers movie was pretty great, which is high praise from him.
Yeah.
Almost wanted to give him heck for we just watched The Batman yesterday, and almost wanted to give him heck for him saying that one was just all right.
Yeah.
Something in the way. Ooh. Actually, you know what I thought was funny was that movie came out the same year as Black Widow, and both of those movies used a Nirvana song for its main theme. Because what was it? Because I mean, obviously, the Batman's was Something in the Way, but then Black Widow's was a remake of Smells Like Teen Spirit.
Was it any easier to understand?
It was slower and more boring, and I don't know how you could make a song like Smells Like Teen Spirit boring, but they managed.
Well, I'm mumbling, and I'm screaming, and I don't know what I'm saying.
See, the only song from Weird Al I do that to is Gangster's Paradise.
Oh man.
Like anytime I'm listening to Gangster's Paradise, I will substitute in the Weird Al lyrics.
Yeah. I love Weird Al's lyrics to Smells Like Nirvana though. Just,
A garage band from Seattle.
Boy, this sure beats raising cattle. Yeah. Oh man, so good.
Or what's the other one? Sometimes I'll do that to The Devil Went to Jamaica.
Oh yeah, instead of Devil Went Down to Georgia.
Yeah. But there's I it's funny how our minds do that too. Like we'll substitute in like the fake lyrics.
Right. Yeah. Oh.
Or like even though I know the words, like I've looked them up like a million fucking times. I should have them memorized by this point. But anytime I'm singing Renegade, I will still fuck up the lyrics every time.
Whoops.
Because I just spent all those years like incorrectly doing the lyrics, and so once you finally learn them, it's like you're programmed to like fuck it up.
Oh, jeez. Okay.
Oh yeah, it was you were looking at the giant or at the Teal Town Mansion. Yeah, basically what I did was I saved a random mansion I found. Like I saved it as a structure. I imported it over to this area, plopped it down, and then I changed all the tiles to other tiles to give it like its own feel.
Cool. Yeah, I didn't mean to knock it calling it Luigi's Mansion. I was just referring to the fact that it was huge and green.
Yeah.
Turquoise. It matters to me.
Okay,
It's
turquoise.
more of a blue green.
Yeah, turquoise used to be my favorite shade. Now it's electric blue.
My
Electric blue glue.
see, I have
Electric blue is the shade of the sky on a bright, sunny day.
my three favorite colors are like teal, purple, and or what is it? Optic yellow. Like that really bright ass yellow that you could that you see on like construction
Practically glows
workers
in
and
the
shit.
dark.
Yeah, the one that it's literally so bright yellow that you can see it even if you're colorblind. Like it was designed to be seen no matter like what your eye color can see.
Gotcha. Mine would be electric blue, chromium silver, and
Ooh.
not totally. Oh, there's
Salmon
Link.
Wong Pakdi, hello.
Game Boy
Oh yeah, that
Color
was a
Link.
while back.
Okay. That's I just
Yeah.
noticed.
Got 8-bit looking Sonic and Eggman here,
Yeah,
or Baldy
know where you're at.
McNose hair, as some people call him.
Robotnik. Yeah, I still haven't finished. Back behind the Museum of Oddities, I was gonna have Mario and Luigi versus Bowser, but I haven't finished the Bowser sprite yet, so it's just a blank wall at the moment. Yeah, the Museum of Oddities. I just added Frosted Ice, which is the ice block that you get when you have Frostwalker. Because it's a specific type of ice block that like it cracks after so many seconds.
Oh, okay.
So I have this block set up in here, so it basically respawns the block every couple seconds, so you actually get to see it crack for a bit before it returns to normal.
It's pretty
Nice.
Don't think I actually have a favorite shade of green.
Probably lime green or Tommy the Power Ranger green.
Power Ranger green.
I don't know what you would call it. Like that was the first green I guess that I ever liked. It was like, and it was because it was like, oh, it's the Green Ranger. Like that was why for the longest time, like, and I'll be honest with you, like, that was why for the longest time, like, orange was one of my favorite colors because I always wanted an orange Ranger, and there never was one.
Yeah.
But I was a stupid little kid, so it doesn't matter.
That's right.
Wasn't there that one Super Sentai where there's like 12 of them?
Oh,
On the
You got to remember.
Yeah.
You got to remember. This was back during the MMPR days,
Yeah.
Right.
and they didn't have all these other shows, and they sure as hell didn't have teams that had more than like 5 or 6 Rangers in them.
Yeah. Well, because the thing is, having more than 5 was a new thing for Z-Ranger.
Yeah,
Because with all the previous ones before Z-Ranger, 5 was like the max. Like there was a team that, like, before that they had one team that was only 3, and then everybody else was basically just 5. And they occasionally would have characters who were like, you know, kind of tag along helper type characters, but most of them died. So, and you know, but they certainly weren't like extra like Rangers. They were just like, you know, random extras. You know, like, so
Additional characters to move the plot.
yeah, because like there was one in think it was Gosei Sentai Dairanger. Her name's Kujaku, and she was really cool. And like, you know, yeah.
Oh yeah, there's the sheer amount of like Sentai like Sentai exclusive like Rangers and stuff that die like on their appearance is just it's kind of funny as fuck.
Well,
like,
not all of them die right when they show up. Some of them are like a bigger part of the plot, and then they end up getting killed in a more meaningful way later on. But yeah, like it's just like freaking Gunther from freaking 5-Man. Oh my god, that guy. He shows up, right, and he brings their new robot to Earth, right? And but he doesn't realize that it's theirs. He like stole it, and he freaking brings it to Earth to because he wants to challenge. Like he heard about their robot, and he wanted to challenge it because he heard it was strong, So he challenges them with this other robot, and then they're like, "Hey, that robot was built by our parents." It's and he's like, surprise Pikachu face, So, but anyway, so anyway, at the end of the episode, he like turns to stone and flies into space, and then he shows up like way fucking later in the series and sacrifices his life to save them. So it's like, just like, damn, dude. But yeah, like, that character was a fucking trip, though. Just looking at him, you're just like, what are you on, dude? He looked like some stoned homeless guy wandered on set, and they're just like, suit him up!
See, I was more talking like, because the ones I remember, I forget which season it was, but like they had in one of the movies, like a character gets their Gold Ranger costume, like turns into their Gold Ranger of that season, and they didn't have one like until that movie, and like the second they suit up, like not even 10 seconds later, dead.
Yeah.
Like, and I fucking love when they do shit like that, because it's like it just kind of makes that universe feel bigger,
Uh-huh.
Like, because I always like the idea that there are a lot more Rangers like of specific factions than they ever get to show. Like with SPD, like I assume that SPD actually has like every fucking color of the rainbow, because I mean it's SPD, you can get away with it. Like some seasons, like I feel like it would be something you can get away with, like especially with like the police force or the military ones, like especially they would have like other colored troops.
Yeah. I see what I did.
I don't know. I like Super Sentai to a point.
Yeah.
Like I think I got it really was just though the what was it, the Shattered Grid that got me back into that whole shit. But I was big into it as a child though.
Fighting game?
No, the actual comic.
Okay.
Like I'm a comic book nerd, man. Like I read all that shit. But no, it was like when I read the Shattered Grid comic, it was like that's what got me back into the Power Rangers franchise, because honestly, I'd given up years ago. Like so fucking long ago. But
I thought it was alright. I liked the hair metal butt rock music from
Ron Wasserman.
Ron Wasserman, yes. Ron Wasserman.
I almost pronounced it like a German. Ron Wasserman.
Herr Wasserman.
But unfortunately,
Herr Wasserman.
Well, I do that with fucking with Richard Wagner, the composer.
Oh, yeah.
Like I have to call him Wagner. Like for some, I just can't say Richard Wagner. It just doesn't work for me.
Right.
It's Wagner.
Yeah, since we lost JDF last year, I think of Power Rangers, I just get sad now.
Yeah, that's
'Cause
kind of.
I really liked him.
I mean, I'm still gonna watch like Cosmic Fury because it's 10 episodes and it's a throwback series, and it's based off of the one season I wanted Super Sentai to adapt or to get adapted. Like, granted, they're only using the robots, which I thought was the weakest aspect of that season, but still.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, it's something where, you know, that's been like kind of a thing with Super Sentai is like some of these seasons have like really, really bad mecha. Like
the block robots were bad. Like the ones where it was like the Lego Megazord was dumb. The train Megazord was dumb.
Oh yeah, no, Tokyuger's mecha was one of the worst mecha in Super Sentai history. Like
the one mecha,
they felt like leftovers from other series.
Well, the Ninja, the freaking thing that you sit in,
the squares,
spare
the
parts
block
Megazord, that was terrible.
Yeah, there was the block. There was the one that was made out of blocks, and then there was the one that was made out of Legos. Like, because each part was like interconnectable and shit, and like the actual toy itself, like the parts looked like Legos. It was shit.
Yeah,
and it was.
Yeah.
But what was the? Oh, what the fuck was it? The newer season.
Yeah, I remember what you're talking about. The one with the. Was that it was a
Ninja season, I believe.
I thought it was the dinosaur one that had the Legos.
The dinosaur season had the Legos.
Yeah,
that was
yeah. I know what
but
you're talking about now.
Where the ones with the blocks or like the blocks that turned into like the Zords.
That was the
Ninja season.
Zu Ocher was the Minecraft Megazord.
Okay.
Tokyuger had the spare parts Megazord. Theirs was the Megazord you sit in, like where it's a robot sitting in a robot. Like basically their Megazord, it's a god. Their fucking mecha for their first Megazord is a fucking dude, a dragon, a dog, a train, and a dump truck, and they're ninjas. Like.
What the fuck?
Yes, I call it the spare parts Megazord because it looks like they just had a bunch of like rejected spare parts ass Megazords from other seasons, and they're just like, yeah, we can make something out of this, combine them, you know? like the dog doesn't even fit into the dog basically just sits in the damn train. Like, it's not even really contributing anything to the fucking combination. You can take the dog out and it still fucking works. What, you can just call it like a hollow leg, you know?
Yeah, there was one season I saw where it was like the Megazord power was just like the Megazord was just like one robot that was sitting inside of another robot.
That's it.
It's inside of another robot.
That's literally it. That's literally their whole thing. It's just because basically like the idea was it's supposed to look like a Japanese like portable shrine thing, but basically when they do their combination, right? So the train turns into the legs. It just folds in half, turns and the ends flip up. It turns into legs. The dog fucking sits in one leg. You know, and then the dump truck.
I know what you're talking about.
The dump truck,
I remember that.
You know, sits up on top of that, and the bed of the dump truck becomes like a chair for the dude robot to sit in, and then the dragon turns into an arm, and then it's just like fucking, you know, lazy ass goddamn robots.
Like between that though, I think between that and O Ranger though, which one had the more confusing season though?
No, I mean O Ranger fucking.
Because O Ranger was all over the place too though.
Like they actually had decent plot and everything, and you could actually understand like their uniforms and everything. Tokyuger though, like because Ninja had actually like kick-ass outfits, but their mecha sucked. And then Tokuger came out there, and they had one of the worst mecha designs ever, and the outfits looked like they belonged on the fucking generic villains. You know?
Yes,
like
and that's also why I don't consider their Orange Ranger to be a true Orange Ranger, because I just ignore that season entirely.
But yeah, the Tokuger, like that. Oh god. But yeah, like we got a bunch more Orange Rangers after that, but because the thing is, Q Ranger had an Orange Ranger. Zyuohger had one. He was just a movie character, though, I think, or no.
Yeah, he merged. Well, he merged together. He merged together with the Red Ranger.
Yeah.
He had the exact same costume, and I thought this was kind of funny because it's like he has the same costume as the Red Ranger.
Well, and his
it's
mecha
just
was
painted orange.
And his mecha was a retool of one of the Red Ranger's mecha too. So,
but he fuses like
color.
in that movie. He fuses with the Red Ranger, and together they become the Indigo Ranger.
Oh, jeez.
Like, and it's just the same. It's a third repaint of that same costume.
Yeah. Yeah. Because.
But then it's like, but yeah, and then in tradition of that season, the Orange Ranger for Cosmic Fury is just a repainted version of the Red Ranger costume.
Oh no, but yeah, no. In Q Ranger, the Orange Ranger is it's Saucery Orange.
Yeah, it's a scorpion, which I fucking love because I'm a Scorpio.
Yeah, so
like I was like that's absolutely perfect. That is my favorite that's my favorite Ranger actually because he's the orange.
I wonder who your Mortal Kombat main is.
Yeah.
Scorpion.
Yeah.
Like that's not even a joke or anything like that. I've been using Scorpion since the very beginning. Like him and Sub-Zero. Well, it's
I
between
guess
him
my
and Sub-Zero.
sarcasm wasn't coming through clearly enough.
Oh no! It's just funny because it's like that's just kind of true in all fighting games. I always play as the generic characters. Like in fucking Street Fighter, I'm always Ryu and Ken, and so in fucking Mortal Kombat, of course, I'm gonna be the ninjas. Like every fighting game, like even fucking Smash Bros. My mains are Mario and Dr. Mario.
Oh god. But yeah,
I would have figured you to be a Link guy with that hook shot. That's Scorpion.
Sometimes I'll switch over to using Zero Suit Samus, and I'm really fucking good with her. But I feel like using her sometimes is unfair because I just wreck house with her. So basically, I switch over to using Dr. Mario to give my opponents a chance.
Jeez.
Like
so the reason I asked Hunger about the Forgotten Capital is because that's where the Final Fantasy VII Rebirth is going to end.
Oh, fun, yeah.
So I wonder what story twist they're going to have at the end of this one.
Cloud gets skewered instead.
That actually sounds like it could be a possibility.
Yeah.
Well, then again, Barrett got skewered instead in remake.
Uh-huh.
Dude, there is a fucking character.
Tormentors, or whatever they are, reversed that. So he gets resurrected right immediately.
But there is a character in Starfield who is a big fucking buff black guy with a beard whose name is also Barrett. And I wonder where they got the inspiration for that.
Right?
Like, I'm like,
Kill a Mockingbird.
But it was just like, oh gee, another Barrett, another big black dude named Barrett in a sci-fi setting. Where have I seen this before?
All right. Well, there she is.
Oh shit! I'm far back. I'm like 5 minutes back.
That took a while.
Extremely.
That's one down.
I know.
That's
one down, 9 to go.
Good luck. All needed.
Oh man.
All right. Well, I'm about to call it a night myself, but rest assured that I am working hard on the podcast. I'm hoping to get it out by first season, I'm going to get that out by the end of the year, but I'm going to have to really put my nose to the grindstone.
Alright,
And that kind of explains why I haven't been showing up lately, aside from grief. Caps, if you could be a pal here and play 3 certain tracks of my Discord sound effects. Play philosophy, laugh, and then life to close me out.
Oh yeah, these.
Listen, my philosophy is this. If you don't have a good sense of humor, you're better off dead. A laugh can be a very powerful thing. Why, sometimes in life, it's the only weapon we have.
Don't take life too seriously. You'll never get out of it alive.
Good night, everybody.
Night.
Okay, I love you. Bye-bye.
I'm so glad I have Nitro. I might not have it much longer because I didn't pay recently, but I didn't even want to have this for more than a month, to be perfectly honest with you. But now that I have it, it's just one of those things. It's like, it's nice having it.
Yeah.
What the dog doing?
What is that sound supposed to be?
It's on Siege's thing. It's just a cat meowing, like a cat purr.
Yeah,
weird.
it's his cat.
It's called Merp.
Merp. Okay. Sounds really weird though. It sounds like a very deep squeak. Not like that.
You ruined it. You ruined it, and I'm leaving.
Right?
Yeah.
No, I can't use that. I was gonna use dirt, and then I was like, no, it'll start growing grass. So.
Put an invisible block above it.
Just trying to... What about packed mud? Will packed mud grow grass?
No.
Let's see how that looks.
No, packed mud is
A little too light.
it's more like a path block, I feel.
Yeah.
Kirby, you say? Alright, later, Siege.
Good night, my man.
You know, I kind of want to take that image that Aquan has. Just take Julia out of the frame crop everything else out, and then we can use that Julia for a thumbnail too.
Oh no.
Like I kind of want to turn it into a running gag with the stream with stream memes. Now it's like every one of them we have like a new fucking thing popping in on frame. Or just have like Psyduck in the middle of the fucking the thumbnail.
Psyduck.
Oh yeah, the Psyduck.
That Psyduck was poetry in motion. That's still one of the funniest things that's ever happened on stream.
Yeah.
Oh, that happened to you guys?
Yeah, no. So basically, we were doing Mewtwo raids. And there was somebody who had a Mew, and it sucked. Like it was like level 75. They hadn't like EV'd it properly. It was ass. So I was like, trade me the Mew. Trade me the fucking Mew. I'll fix it. So I did. So they traded me the Mew. I traded them a Psyduck for it, and I fucking EV'd it, bottle capped it, leveled it to 100, fixed its move pool, fixed its Terra type, and I traded it back, and they gave me my Psyduck back. And then the next raid we got into, the Psyduck was in the middle of the fucking battlefield like he owned it. And he's just standing there. Like
So that artwork that I saw was actually for you guys.
Yes.
That's beautiful.
It was literally...
That is like the best piece of fan art I've ever seen come out of this Discord.
The thing is, he was there for every raid the rest of the night. He didn't just stay in that one. He was there for every single raid.
That is gorgeous.
And they would zoom in on him sometimes, and I just laugh my ass off. Like, why are you there?
Yeah, I've had that happen. I've had that happen with my Dreadnought as well.
So see, that's what we should do then. We need to put a Psyduck in the thumbnails then.
Yeah, like it was so fucking funny. Like just this fucking stupid Psyduck just showing the fuck up for no damn reason.
Yeah, because I knew about the glitch where one of them would just show up like for no reason, and I thought that's what you guys were referencing.
Yeah, no,
I didn't know that was specifically for you guys.
It actually fucking happened, and we were.
That's fucking incredible.
Like I was, it was just hilarious.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Great.
See, that's why we need to have like a clip show for these streams.
Yeah, like I just couldn't stop laughing like the whole fucking time. I was just like, really. It's just there, yeah. like how at the end of maybe at the end of a year or something, it's like you gather up all the clips from your particular streams and it's like do a best of the year stream and you throw in clips of the fucking Psyduck and shit like that. That'd be fun. Because there's been some moments like that where it's just you forget about them happening, but then it's you go back and watch those streams, you're like, oh my fucking god, dude, this is classic. Yeah, no, yeah, it was absolutely hilarious. Because I'm just sitting there trying not to laugh while we're fucking raiding, and I'm just failing miserably. I'm just, because I would just see its dopey looking face and I would lose it.
Just sitting there going, what's going on?
Yeah. Oh my gosh. Yeah. So that first stream, not the one that had the Psyduck in the thumbnail, but the one before that, that we did the Mewtwo raids. That was where it happened, and it's just hilarious. It was a thing that was just constantly happening throughout the rest of the stream. So I was just off and on, just oh man. Ugh. go. Oh my gosh. Yep. Shit's wild. Alright, let's see. Boom, there we go. Okay, there it is. Man. It's too funny. What if I can do... Should be... blue concrete... Maybe blue concrete powder? Or maybe light blue concrete. Yeah, let's do light blue concrete. Wait, no, I should do blue concrete powder for this block. So Actually, thinking. Yeah, it doesn't look quite right. Doesn't look good. That's way more subtle. I think I might have no choice but to just use the same color here, just because it's a really, really subtle difference between the two. There's a different color there. It's just a really, really slight difference, and I just can't recreate it accurately.
Oh wait, what up?
Hello.
Oh, hi.
Let me think. What do I want to use for this?
There's the launcher. Hopefully the launcher actually works for me this time.
What
Mojang really is not how to make stuff.
Wait, what you doing?
What the dog doing?
Trying to get on Minecraft. Like, tonight's Minecraft stream, right? Or
Mine shaft. Okay.
oh. Yeah.
Mindcast.
Fitting.
Yeah. Get in.
Primecraft.
It'll work.
Yeah, right.
I would say stuff about the DLC, but I don't want to spoil it for Caps because I don't think he's gotten that far in the story.
I'm already well aware of what the DLC entails. I know what the parent side quest does. I already know how the Kieran quest ends. Because everybody tells you every fucking aspect of the story and doesn't filter themselves on VP.
Yeah.
Right.
No, they don't. Hunger, you've beaten it, right?
Yeah.
Or the main story, at least.
Yes.
Yeah, it's like, dude, it's like Kieran's gonna go through his Sasuke arc.
God.
Pretty much, yeah. He's gonna get rid of the bangs.
Yeah.
They say you basically created a villain.
Yeah, it's on it. I like that. This is the first time Nintendo or the first time Game Freak's ever really done this with a story.
It really does. Like, it really does kind of make sense that like they have that as a plot thread, because it's something they haven't touched base upon, but it's something that you would think would come up at least once.
Yeah, basically.
And I'm glad they did it because it's like, I gotta be honest, like,
The thing that I really like about it is that it ties the plots for the two parts of the DLC together.
Yes.
Because that was something that we were missing in Isle of Armor and Crown Tundra.
Yeah, the two were standalone. It just kind of felt detached.
You know, because I think they were kind of intending that, like, people could just buy whichever DLC they liked, or they could buy them together. But this one is definitely meant to be experienced as a package.
Yeah. Well, I mean, that's why they made it a two-parter. They said, it's the like they have it as like its own, because what is it? The treasure of Area Zero.
Treasure of Area Zero is part 2.
Yeah.
Well, no, the part two is called the Indigo Disc, but the whole thing is called the Treasure of Area Zero.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, so it's probably gonna. I have a feeling that the second part of the DLC is gonna be exclusive to the post game. It seems, which I really hope, because
I feel like a lot of it will be, because they've already said that part of the DLC entails going even further down in Area Zero itself. And that would actually mean that you would have to beat the game regardless.
Yeah. I'm just hoping we get some crazy, red tier boss fights.
But also, I at the same time, that DLC doesn't come out. If you look at the estimated thing, they've said, on the thing for the estimated release date, it says in fucking, April of next year.
Yeah.
So it's
well,
and
that's
it's
probably a placeholder
even
because they've been saying this year.
Well, I know, even if it is just a placeholder, but you got to remember though, it's been over a year now since the game has been out.
Right, but when they first
at least it will be by the time it comes out.
They said late 2023 for the thing, so they're planning on having that DLC out by holidays. And the thing is, they won't delay that shit because that fucks them up. So they'll fucking do it anyway. Because they got card sets to sell and shit. So they're not gonna fucking delay a damn DLC patch until next year. That's not gonna happen.
And I mean, there's only one Pokemon in that entire thing that we don't know yet. The entire thing's been fucking data mined, and they've already advertised the majority of those Pokemon. We already know Duraludon, we already know Terapagos, and its and its alternate form. We know.
Right. The thing is that they don't know everything yet because there's. It looks like we're probably going to get an evolution for Dipplin.
Well, that's the thing, though, because they've already.
Yeah, I was just going to say that.
But they've already shown. But they've already done the data mine for the places in the decks, and they've said that there is 8 new Pokemon guaranteed. That's what we're getting as far as that goes. That doesn't count additional forms or anything like that. That just means additional Pokedex slots. That means we're getting 8 brand new Pokemon, and that's you count the 4 Paradox Pokemon that we know are coming, the two future ones and the 2 past ones. So that's 4 slots already taken. The Dipplin Evo, the Duraludon Evo, Terapagos, and then there's just that one last slot. And then we're also
the question.
But we're also supposed to be getting the mythical here soon as well. And the current rumor is that it is going to be the Pokemon that gave the Lousy 3 their chain. Because there's an actual 4th Pokemon in that image, and there's also a hidden mythical that's kind of floating around on one of the desks. That's basically like a little purple peach looking thing.
Yeah. Because all the members of the quote unquote loyal 3 or loyalty 3, they all have that purple DNA strand looking chain thing going on.
Busted ability. Yeah.
Well, yeah, but there's also on the picture that shows the loyal 3 attacking the human. There's also it shows the loyal 3, but it also shows a 4th Pokemon on that same image, and all it is just this little peach looking thing, with it looks like part of the chain. It's the same color as the chain from what people are saying, but you can find it sitting on a desk too, that exact same Pokemon. You can see it on a desk, and it's just laying there. So it is something that is coming. It's a new Pokemon.
Yeah, I'm not sure which desk that is, but
But with the Momotaro legend, it's sitting. Yeah. So there's a place called Peachy's. It's one of the places.
Yeah, the store.
And so, sitting on one of the desks at Peachy's, there is a little peach monster for reference to the Momotaro legend. I'm not sure exactly what all that's supposed to reference. I don't know. I'm not familiar with the legend.
So I'll fucking cap off the Momotaro legend for you real quick. So the legend of Momotaro, or the story of Momotaro in the Japanese, basically, it starts with an elderly couple who, it's one of those fairy tale things where it's like there's an old couple, they never had children but kind of always wanted some, and then one day the woman of the couple goes out to do the laundry in the river, and as she's in the river doing the laundry, a giant peach floats down the river, it's like just huge basketball sized peach, right? So she fishes it out of the water and brings it home, and they go to cut it open, and there's a baby inside. So they name it Momotaro. Momo is peach in Japanese. Momotaro or Momotaro. So Momotaro is basically raised by this elderly couple who are thrilled to have a child now. And he becomes really strong. One day, there's rumors start flying of an ogre who lives on an island, and in some versions of the story, there are multiple ogres that live on the island, and in other versions, it's just the one. So Momotaro, decides to go and vanquish this ogre and protect everybody. So his parents pack him 3 millet dumplings, and he goes off to defeat the ogre. So on his journey, he runs across a dog, a monkey, and a pheasant, and he gives each one of them one of his millet dumplings that he had, and they join him in his quest.
So that's
based off of that.
Yeah, so
that's why the peach Pokemon's going to be
the peach
responsible.
Pokemon represents Momotaro in the thing, because they flip the whole thing around to where the ogre is the good guy and the others are the bad guys. So,
but that's why. So that's why the peach Pokemon's going to be the one that gives is going to be the one that gives them their powers.
Yes,
okay.
So
that makes
So basically, Momotaro and his three animal companions go to the ogre island, and they defeat the ogre or the ogres, depending on which version of the story you're reading, and then they come back home as heroes. So it's
Yeah, because I'm betting that the Momotaro himself is the Pokemon that hasn't been seen.
Right, and the funny thing is that's why Ogre Ousting is a 4-player game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'd assume it's multiplayer because I tried single player, and then I tried doing single player on the normal.
So shouldn't we technically all? Should we all technically be wearing different masks then?
I mean, I was wearing a mask during mine, but anyway, so.
Right.
And I need to get a mask for my character. But,
I bought all of them.
Me too.
I'll probably run around with the fucking Eevee mask because I find it funny to have, because it barely fits the character.
Yeah. Right, the Eevee and Pikachu masks are too small. They're like for children.
Well, no, the Eevee mask is too small. The Pikachu mask is too big.
Oh, yeah.
Like, it's just too fat on the head.
Yeah. Also, something else to do with the story. I noticed when looking at cutscenes again on YouTube and stuff like that, just looking at cutscenes on VP of Kieran. You know the part the cutscene where he gets mad about losing and he punches the shrine.
Mm-hmm.
If you pay attention, when he punches it, there's a purple toxic dust cloud comes out of his sleeve.
Uh-huh.
So I have it just a theory or whatever, but he probably is being affected by like Momotaro as well.
Yeah, whatever
Well,
the
there's that.
Momotaro Pokemon is, the Momotaro thing. You know.
It's
Yeah, there's
probably
that.
what's also turning him
And
influencing him as
actually,
well.
and actually, what I think is extra cool about that is this means that this will be the first time that the mythic, I mean, outside of Gen 1, that the mythical tied into the storyline.
Yeah,
Well,
Because-
Darkrai had like
But
a
Darkrai,
cameo
yeah.
type
Yeah.
appearance in the game that he was the mythical in. Like they had the child who's suffering under nightmares that you can find in the main game, and then
Yeah, but it felt. I mean, this one ties more directly in with the actual lore of the storyline.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, and
Yeah,
I
it's
mean,
more involved.
yeah, it's heavily more involved, and I really do kind of hope that it is like something, because if you've seen what the let me see if I can find a picture of it. This Peach Pokemon just looks so simple, and I'm like, it's simple, but at the same time it's effective that way. Like, it doesn't need to be a difficult Pokemon to make. Like,
Yeah.
like if it goes anything harder than it looking like a peach, then people just get confused by what it actually is.
Right.
Right.
Oh my god!
I wonder if it's going to be like a Tapu Koko looking, like, or Tapu Fini, Tapu Lele type situation where there's like something inside of it that pops out. Yeah.
And oh my god, I just realized.
What?
Huh?
This is the same. Okay, so we're getting a Peach mythical in the same year that the Peaches song came out.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
This is the year of Peaches.
Well, we're getting a Princess Peach video
Yeah,
game
it
too.
is.
Oh yeah, and that too.
Oh,
And
yeah.
a Princess
Next year,
Peach game.
but,
The year of Peaches.
The European peaches.
the year of
Man.
Peach.
I'm still upset yeah, I'm still upset that they only showed they didn't show they only showed like one GameCube game getting ported to the Switch. I mean, Thousand Year Door is good, but I would have also liked to see the GameCube Zelda games like Wind Waker, Twilight Princess get announced for a Switch port, and also and I know people say that it might not happen, but XD and Coliseum. And the reason that's still within the realm of possibility is that I'm pretty sure Pokemon Cafe Mix was developed by Genius Sorority, the same company that made those games. So they're still a living company. They could easily port them to the Switch if all these other GameCube games are coming to the Switch, and Nintendo is like constantly trying like to take down Dolphin Emulator and stuff. Like they've been trying to sue Dolphin Emulator.
I mean, I wouldn't put it past them. I wouldn't put it past them, but I doubt we'd probably get like a remaster or anything. It'd probably just be like the same game, just with a slightly updated graphics or something.
I mean,
or would
even
probably
if
get
it was
both of them. Or they would probably end up doing, what sounds like a more likely option, is them having both of them in a 2-in-1 package, and having them and just having them as the original games. You know, like, but you, I'd be fine with that, because then it's just on a new console. Like, and it's like, that's kind of what I was excited about with Thousand Year Door, because have you fucking tried to buy Thousand Year Door recently?
No, it's a rare game. I'm lucky enough to own. I don't own Coliseum physically, but I do own XDL Darkness physically. And that game I played as a kid, and I played it again more recently, and it's still one of my favorite Pokemon spin-offs because it's still like story driven. It has exploration like the mainline games, except it's also more focused on battling and more competitively with like constant double battles and.
I used to own the Thousand Year Door physically.
Yeah, that's nice. But yeah, what I think is likely is
I think also Smash Melee as well.
Yeah, those are great games. Melee would be cool to see on the Switch, although I doubt they do it because they probably just want to mark it off of Ultimate. But Melee would still be cool to see.
Exactly.
And also, I think the ones that are most likely to happen before the end of this year, or probably not before the end of this year, but probably sometime next year, are Twilight Princess HD and Wind Waker HD. And the thing is, they don't even have to make new versions for the Switch. They could literally port over the Wii U versions of those games because both the HD versions of those games are on the Wii U, and they could work with the Switch because they have Amiibo support. And the only thing that I don't think that they'd have to rework is like in Wind Waker HD, there was a feature that used Miiverse, so they'd have to rework that. But aside from that, Twilight Princess HD, I think it was mainly the same game with just updated graphics.
So
And those would be cool to see.
The thing with Twilight Princess is the Wii version and the GameCube version. They flipped them over.
Yeah.
Yeah. The
Wii version
is the same as the GameCube.
Yeah, the Wii U version or the Wii version of Twilight Princess is the wrong version. The GameCube version is actually the correct. Correct.
Yeah, it's the one that I have. It's the one that I have physically, which is I'm actually glad to have that because that's one of the rare GameCube games, I think.
Although it is kind of funny to me to say that even though I love Twilight Princess on the Wii, it's like for me to consider it the wrong version.
Right.
It's just because you know Link's a lefty. He always has been, always will be.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Like but for the motion controls to work, they made him right-handed for.
Yes, because
that,
most people because of the 90%ers.
Yeah. But yeah, it's weird they flipped it around. But yeah, the Wii U version is the same as the GameCube because I did own it when I had a Wii U, and it was the same as the GameCube one because it uses controllers like instead of Wii remotes. So they just decided to use. So they took the GameCube version, they enhanced the visuals, and overall it's pretty nice for a remaster. So seeing that on the Switch would be cool. The Wind Waker as well. And then the Pokemon games, I wouldn't mind if they didn't remaster them. Like, if they just ported them, that'd be fine, because I just want those on the Switch, because those would be pretty fun to play on, like, a portable device.
Right, yeah.
Because there are ways currently to play those games portably, but I don't want to have to pay another, like $300 for another console, just to play those games. Because, like, I still might get this eventually for like other games, but like the Steam Deck is pretty much the Switch Pro, and it can also emulate like PS2, GameCube, all that, since it's still a PC. And my thoughts on emulation also are like basically I own the games physically that I emulate, and Nintendo is not re-releasing them, or Sony's not re-releasing them, so
I look at it this
in
way.
my opinion, it's fine for me to emulate them, in my opinion.
Well,
I look at it this way. I have not been able to find Thousand Arms or Graffiti Kingdom in any video game store, secondhand or otherwise, for 20 fucking years.
Right.
Or if I have found these online, because that's the only place I can find them, it is not within my price range to buy them.
Right.
So it's not worth paying, and it's not worth paying them because the companies that made these games aren't getting paid for them anyways.
Yeah.
So emulating these games, emulating Thousand Arms, I don't feel bad about, because I know for a fact Red Company isn't making any fucking money off of this game anymore.
Right.
And it's never getting re-released. Look at that game and some of that dialogue and today's sensibilities. There is no way in hell people would let that game fly today. There is a guy who collects fucking smooches in that game.
Right. Yeah. No, like Thousand Arms is like RPG / dating simulator. So it's fucking, and the fucking questions that these women ask you on the dates.
Is Nelcha dense? Dense.
I want to fucking slap them every fucking time one of them's like, "Would you still love me if I was a man?" I just want to fucking slap them upside the head and be like, I would still love you, just not the same way, because I'm not fucking gay. Come on, like just fucking idiot.
Yeah. I don't know
It's
how
like-
sexual
but if you tell them no, I wouldn't love you, they'd be like, oh, you suck. Ah! I'm just like, shut up. You know.
But anyways, yeah. But yeah, the whole stance of, I understand that whole stance is like, used games, companies will never get that money. So pretty much my whole stance on emulation being piracy, I don't think it's piracy unless you're emulating something that's still on the market, like a Switch game or something.
Here's the thing. Here's the thing on that, right? It's the person who is committing a crime in that situation is not the person who's playing it or the person who's emulating it. It's the person who is posting
distributing
it or downloading it. Yeah, the person distributing it is the one committing the crime in that case. Like, so, like, because a lot of people are like, oh, you can only keep this ROM for 24 hours. Like, bullshit. There is nothing in any law that says that that's a thing. Like, I don't know where that got started. You know, like, it's like, unless you own this game, you can only keep it for 24 hours. It's like, bullshit. You know, that's not how the law works.
Like, how is that even
but think about how many NES games, though, haven't been remade or redistributed since the 80s.
Well,
and it's like, how is that fair? I mean, as far as copyright goes, how is it fair to hold on to the copyright for a video game for 40 years and not do anything with said video game?
Well, and like you said, there's so many of these companies that are like out of business and the rights are just kind of in limbo. And
exactly,
you know, like,
Whoopee Camp had to be bought by somebody else so they could bring Tomba back out.
Yeah.
Whoopee Camp doesn't exist anymore. Whoopee Camp hasn't existed since the fucking 90s.
Yeah, so it's like, you know.
Like, all these companies just they don't exist. They're just gone. The rights are in fucking limbo, and they're like, well, how do we redistribute these games? Make them fucking public domain. Did you hear what happened the other day with Fables?
No,
the comic series.
Give me a second.
No.
What the?
So Fables, the comic book series by DC. You might know them from the Telltale game A Wolf Among Us.
There was somebody chatting in the YouTube chat, and I didn't get to say anything.
I'm sorry.
And they dipped out. So like they asked like 3 really random questions, and then they just said bye.
Okay, I'm sorry.
Being 22 too old to change career. Is it creepy to get a girlfriend at 24? Is it bad to not marry your whole life?
So let me answer these in order. Definitely not. Only if your girlfriend is way younger than 24, and no, it's not bad to not marry your whole life. So
that is the most random.
Yeah, it's really random.
I've ever seen.
Like that's.
But yeah, like. Oh, sorry.
Go ahead.
Go ahead.
It's like, so it was like, so. Because I'm looking at games like, what is it, like Arkista's Ring? That game was made by Sammy back in 89 or some shit like that. But they haven't done a remake of it. They haven't put it on any other for sale on any other consoles. Finding it secondhand in markets is next to impossible. But if I were to distribute my copy of Clovermon Hunter pre-patched, I could still get shit for that.
Yeah.
which is nonsense to the nth fucking degree, because like I said, they haven't touched that fucking IP in literally 40 years.
Here's the thing: if you distributed Clovermon Hunter, right, with the pre-patch like that, right, so if they did try to sue you, it would be a fair use argument, because you'd be arguing that you're making a fair use of their material.
Oh, I forgot where my train of thought was going. I forgot to say what I was saying about Fables. My bad.
Go ahead.
So anyways, so the guy who made Fables, he got into an argument with DC. DC basically tried to tell him that they owned the rights to his IP. And he said, no, fuck that. And made it public domain. Anybody can make their own Fables story now.
Oh,
like, yeah, like he just got fed up with it. He pulled the IP from DC, Like DC Comics can no longer make like their own like Fables comics and be the only ones who can, which is really fucking cool because I love that universe. Like it's a really neat concept. Like, but yeah, it's like I feel like more people need to do shit like that. And he was even saying like his idea with the way IP needs to work is like people should only have the rights to their characters for upwards of 30 years. It's like, and they have within that time frame, they can sell it off to whoever they want. However, any company that they do sell it to is only licensed with that property for 10 years maximum. And I feel that's really fucking good. And that's a smart fucking way to do it. And it keeps things in the fucking public domain faster, and it makes things fresh. Because they've been struggling. Because, I mean, look at it this way. The Marvel Cinematic Universe was only good for its first 10 years. Everything up to or after that, after fucking Endgame, they've been struggling to fucking make it relevant. But it's not the same anymore. And it would be better if they just either started over or if they just gave the IP to somebody else who would just, do their own thing with it. There's no reason for them to just keep struggling to make these new characters that nobody's going to latch on to.
But yeah, like it's something where I think it's still possible to make new characters and get people interested in them. It happens all the time in anime and whatnot, but you just have to be good at writing, and it's something where if a character is written poorly, or if they're really bland, like Captain
and that's the other half of it. The writing has been terrible in these movies recently.
Exactly. So like if the character's written poorly, it doesn't matter what kind of clout they have in the comic books, they're not going to do well, especially if they deviate really sharply from their comic book selves. But basically, what I was gonna say about the Arkista's Ring thing is, if they did take you to court over it, it would be a fair use trial. Basically, you would say, yeah, I used parts of this game when I made mine. I used their game as a template and laid my game over it, but here's why I think that's a fair use. And they would basically go down the 4 factors for fair use and decide if that was a thing. All right, so the first thing is it a commentary or criticism about the original work?
It's more of just
arguably it's more of a parody of Pokemon Clover, but so
yeah, that's kind of what it was. That's kind of what it was. It was like just like a
So you're not using the original work to do a commentary or critique of that work. So it fails that, but it doesn't. But failing one factor doesn't necessarily mean that it's not that it's going to be found to not be a fair use.
Technically, it's a parody of Pokemon, if anything.
Right, exactly.
Yeah,
but like I said, it's not a parody of the original source material. But like I said, failing one factor does not necessarily mean that it's not a fair use, though, because they're going to look at all 4 factors, and sometimes they will weigh other factors more heavily depending on the circumstances. So, the next is the character and purpose of the use. Character and purpose of the use is basically, for example, character and purpose would be like, let's say I took the script for The Wizard of Oz and I used it to put on a play, right? If I'm doing that play on Broadway, then yeah, I might be getting sued by the original creator, right? Or their estate or whatever. But on the other hand, if I put that on at a school in a school gymnasium, and it's the students doing it, and it's their parents watching, and they're not getting and they're not raising money off of it, then that's going to be a fair use, because it's basically being used to educate the children, like to teach them how to act and to do theater. So it's being used for education in that case, so it's going to be a fair use. So it's something where the character and purpose of the use comes into play too. So you can say, hey, this is something I was doing to kind of, like you could make an argument for that. So it's something where I don't think that one's like super clearly defined in your case. But then the other two factors have the portion of the original work that you're using, which you're not using the entire thing. So you could kind of.
I mean, all the sprites are. Most of the sprites are original or at least modified.
You're using some of the original.
All the text is changed, and a lot of the. Well, I mean that would mean because I had to. I mean, it's in 6502, so I actually had to go in there and hex edit a lot of that shit.
Yeah.
Like.
So it's something where you could say, hey, I'm only using like X% of the original. And and that's something that the judge is going to weigh on. But then you get to the fourth and final factor, and that's the market usurpation factor, which means are people more likely to play yours than they are to play the original, or are they more likely to download yours than they are to buy the original? And it's like the original isn't even on the market anymore, so they can't claim that you're damaging their market share because they're not offering it.
Exactly.
So. That's the thing with the market usurpation factor in this case is that is strongly in your favor, so they can't, it's something where I think a judge might weigh that factor more heavily in these types of cases where it's like the original is.
So what you're saying is,
so
what you're saying is that my best course of action is, if I wanted to. Keep working with NES games, I should use the ones that nobody fucking cares about.
I mean, it's a better idea than using something like Mario that Nintendo is probably going to keep re-releasing until the end of time. And that's always going because even if it's not on the market right then, Nintendo can easily argue, oh, well, we're planning on re-releasing that on like in a year or two, so. That would impact our market, and so the market usurpation factor would weigh on their side, like more heavily, right? So that's what I was getting at is the
But if I were to say make like a ROM hack of like Silent Assault or one of those Color Dreams
like,
type games,
fucking like Kid Nicky or fucking Jackal.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like the
really obscure. Fucking NES games that like nobody knows or cares about, or it's like never getting a re-release ever, unless it's like some sort of like public domain anthology, like 75 years from now, like
Well, that's kind of what I thought when I did Archistus Ring. It was like that. Yeah. My whole reason for messing with that was, one, I loved that game as a kid, and nobody had heard of it.
Yeah.
Like nobody played it and seen it. And I was like, well, I want to make this game more known to the masses, and I think I did. I mean, the fact that I made it its own. It's now got its own category on romhacking.net speaks volumes for its marketability now. Like, I actually made that game popular. I don't care what the fuck the original creators think or say.
Yeah.
I made their game popular, like more popular than it was.
Right. Well, and that's the thing is, that's one of the reasons I do playing old games badly, is to kind of introduce people to games.
Oh, dude, Astyanax! You taught me about Astyanax.
Fucking.
I did not know how cool that game was until you taught. And I play a lot of NES games.
That game
I play a
whips
lot.
ass. It's really, really fucking difficult. But if you actually like put some fucking Game Genie codes on and like play through the fucking thing, it's actually a banger story. Like, and it's got some great sprite art. I was playing with save states. Yeah.
But yeah, I thought the game was actually really fun. And I'm glad you actually showed that off.
Yeah.
And I would love I like showing people games like that. That's kind of what my I love. Like, that's why I like ROM hacks and everything too, is because there's so many obscure ones out there.
Astyanax, Faxanadu, like Faxanadu was that fucking game with the passwords and the fucking that game was way deeper than
Wait. What? Yeah. Which one was the platformer? Was that? I thought that was Astinax.
Faxanadu is the one where you're like Astinax is a platformer too, but Faxanadu is the one where you're running around and you can like talk to NPCs and like buy armor and weapons, and when you equip them, it changes.
That's the one I played. Okay.
Yeah, like and you're trying to revive the world tree and all that shit. Astinax is the one with the fairy. And it's got like the cool sprite art, and like the bosses are all like freaking Diamond Crunch cereal difficulty, like just
Faxanadu.
Astinax is more of like a Metroidvania type thing, but you don't have the cool whip; you just have like an axe, So, but yeah, it's an isekai story, which is hilarious. But
wow,
because your character's like from the real world, and you get like transported to this other world by and this fairy's like, hey, help me save the world and all that shit, so like
Captain N, the Game Master, was my favorite isekai story.
Yeah, so jeez, man, that's you're really limiting yourself there.
Oh my god, that was actually a pretty big thing in the 80s. Now that I think about it.
Yeah, no, Isekai's been around forever. It's just recently gotten like the name for the genre. It's just, like
because I mean that was Mighty Max. That was Monster Rancher.
Yep. Digimon. Digimon Adventure is a massive Isekai story. Like.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The fucking. But yeah, like it's something where. And it's funny because a lot of people, when Isekai started getting really popular a few years ago, they're like, "Oh, where's all the women?" And it's like back in the '90s, where they where the genre really got started. It was things like Visions of Escaflowne and Fushigi Yugi, and
I remember fucking Escaflowne.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Yeah, that's like female-centric isekais.
That takes me back. Wow.
Yeah. So, well, it's funny too because when they did the dub for Visions of Escaflowne, they had the same fucking voice for Genki from Monster Rancher for the dub from that.
Yep.
Playing DeLandau.
Yep. And I always laughed every time I heard it.
It's just like, oh, for God's sakes, change your fucking voice.
Change the voice actor.
Yeah, no, like Escaflowne was a fucking trip, but yeah, like there's, but like the first Isekai series in anime dates back all the way to like the fucking 60s, and it's a reverse Isekai, where it's a girl from another world that comes to visit our world, She's like a magical girl, so it's like also a magical girl series, like, and it's like again in the 60s, So
it's probably one of those ones I've actually seen, honestly.
So,
like I've seen a lot of those older ones.
Can't remember the name of it, but yeah. But like I said, it's an older one from the 1960s. That was the first one.
Back with so it has like that animation style that kind of looks like Astro Boy.
Yeah, but probably around there. Yeah, like it's like there's a lot of that type of shit, So yeah, it's something where there's a lot of people. Because Astro Boy was the very first anime.
Yeah.
Tetsuwan Atom was its original name, but Tetsuwan just means mighty, so it's Mighty Atom. But basically, the creator Osamu Tezuka. He was very prolific as a mangaka. I think there was only one other mangaka that did more manga than he did, more different titles than he did, and it was partially because a lot of Tezuka's series were longer, because Astro Boy ran for a long-ass time, or Tetsuwan Atom. But anyway, so he was heavily influenced by Disney, though. That was like one of his biggest artistic influences was Walt Disney's early work. So if you look at Tezuka's work, like Tetsuwan Atom, and so
and you think about the fucking and you think about the 6 Degrees of Kevin Bacon there. It's like Mickey Mouse inspired Mickey Mouse inspired Astro Boy, who inspired Mega Man, who inspired Mighty Number 9, who inspired nobody.
Right. Yeah. But no, if you look at the character designs in Astro Boy or Tetsuwan Atom, they actually look a lot like Disney's character designs in Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs. So if you look at like Bambi, Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs, the movies that Walt Disney actually worked on, those character designs are very, very reminiscent of what Tezuka's art style looks like. So that's because if you look at
that's not really that surprising though. I mean,
right.
A lot of people would. I mean, especially back in like the early days, I would assume that like animators would they would be like, well, this is the way they're doing it, so this is the way we should probably do it. Because I mean, Japanese, I mean, animation, and you even said yourself, like this is the first Japanese anime, and it's like so that you would think that would be they would take like inspiration, a heavy inspiration from the other major animation studio.
Right. So here I'm gonna put this in, I guess, anime recommendations, but that is Professor Ochanomizu, excuse me, from the Astro Boy / Tetsuwan Atom series, and then
yeah. Huh.
So if you look at that, and then you look at characters from
like the early Disney movies and stuff, like you can see like the fucking what's his name?
Right there it is right there. Look at the
definitely there.
So like that,
because my thought wasn't Snow White and Seven Dwarfs. I mean, yeah, that's definitely there. That's definitely there.
That's like you can tell like exactly like the
that's
eyes, the nose, like the just everything.
Because my thought was the one dude from oh god, what movie was it? Not the Fox and the Hound. The fucking, was it Aristocats?
Yeah.
I don't remember. It was one of those ones. I just remember it was like a lot of the Disney villains have that sort of look.
Yeah. So, but yeah, so there's a lot of those character designs where you can kind of see where Tezuka's kind of characterizations came from. But the thing is, Tezuka had these characters. And
also, is it just me, or does that picture look like Grumpy has a lazy eye?
Yeah.
Yeah, go ahead.
So, sorry, I was looking at this picture that was posted on another channel. It's the Stream Team channel. Fiend says, "Guys, help! Who is this character? I found them randomly and want to know."
I'm still trying to figure it out myself. That's why I was saying earlier. I was like, I don't know if that's Beetlejuice or Toonsylvania or what.
Let's see here.
Because I recognize that character. Like I don't remember where I recognize him from. Because it's that art style that I recognize. It's just pinning it.
She definitely looks like she's from like an 80s or 90s cartoon series.
That's why I thought it would be like Beetlejuice or Toonsylvania, but it's neither one of those.
Maybe, yeah.
Like Toonsylvania, the art style is too different, and like Beetlejuice, I don't. It could still be Beetlejuice, but there's so many fucking one-off characters in that show. Maybe it's from The Tick.
Let's see.
Hold on. Those thin lines.
Okay. Let's see here. I don't know if that's Huh.
Oh, I might have this.
It doesn't look like it's Beetlejuice.
I might have this.
What is it?
Because I said the art style. It could also be from The Tick.
Yeah. So you think it's The Tick?
Maybe.
I'm looking through the villains right now.
I don't remember her from The Tick.
She looks familiar. That's my problem with it. Like, she looks like from a show I've seen before.
You're right, yeah.
But then at the same time, I fucking know how to do this. I'm an idiot. Copy image. Google.
Google image search. That's what I thought, but I couldn't find the option for it.
Search by image on Google. Oh, we got this. Zero matches.
Holy shit.
I'm doing reverse image search.
Yeah, I know.
What in the fuck? Did he just, like, Mandela effect a character into existence? I think he did. He pulled that from the Berenstain universe.
So found them randomly and want to know who it is. God. Like
Who is this character? Dude, Hunger, do me a favor. Post this image on the stream.
Okay.
And just be like, who is this character?
Alright. Okay, let me just save this.
This is what we're spending the last few minutes of our stream with.
Right. Exactly.
Just trying to figure out this one character.
God, it makes me feel like just going through like all the 80s crap I could think of and just trying to find it.
I know, right?
Right, yeah.
Like there is so much shit to go through though. Like I could eliminate a few things.
Hold up. What about the Addams Family cartoon?
Could be. I mean, it does seem like something that would fit in there.
I just want to see the
let's see here.
Addams Family cartoon.
I'm trying to find the there it is. Okay.
No, I think the art style might be. No, it's got the same. It's got roughly the same art style too. We could probably.
Okay, so here she is. For those who've been just dying to know what we're talking about. Have you seen the show that this comes from? that's what we're talking about right now.
Yep.
Have you seen this character?
Yeah. Look at that background, though.
That's what I'm saying. Like, that's why I was thinking like Beetlejuice, Toonsylvania,
Count Duckula.
Adams, Duckula. That's what I haven't thought of.
Let's see. Yeah, I'm just thinking about like. I know Count Duckula is mostly animal characters. So yeah, I don't think that's gonna be it. Like, I feel like it's one of those series where everybody's an animal. So, but like it would certainly fit the theme, right? Let's see.
Yeah, I have. I'm lost. I'm gonna try to figure this out though.
Let's see. Just looking at this, like. Who in the blue hell? I feel like this isn't somebody from like a mainstream show like Care Bears or Rainbow Bright or something like that. That was like really popular. I feel like it's got to be something from something a little more obscure. Definitely villainous vibes though.
Well, that's my homework for the week. I get to figure out who the hell this is.
Okay, fine. Shit.
Takes basically I'm gonna have to sit through every episode of like all these shows until I see this character pop up. And you know what the worst part is that they're probably a one-off.
Yeah, they might. Yeah, they're probably just like some character who appeared in like one episode or something.
Maybe.
Let's see. What's that? That's for Dungeons and Dragons. I don't think that's.
Dungeons and Dragons doesn't seem too far off.
Yeah, I'm just looking at. Because, like.
It's the way the animation style is that really makes me think of like the different shows, because this is kind of because you look at it, it's kind of exaggerated proportions,
right?
And it's like
she's got some very like it might be more 90s than 80s, just because I'm like looking at like some like the stuff that was going on during the 80s, and I'm just like, that maybe is a little more modern of an art style than, because a lot of 80s cartoons were much more realistic looking, or not realistic, but they had more like realistic proportions, so they didn't have those more exaggerated.
Yeah, like the Care Bears were actually like teddy bear sized.
Yeah, so like you know, like she looks like almost like Yzma from Emperor's New Groove.
Yeah,
in her proportions and in her body style. So I think Like it's probably something a little newer, but like it still doesn't look like as new as that. So I'd say maybe 90s. Like I'm really starting to think it's more 90s than 80s at this point.
Wait, could it be from like a Disney cartoon?
Could be from a Disney cartoon series, because Disney had a lot of animated series in the 90s. They had an Aladdin animated series. They had a
Aladdin was the only one I watched.
They had like they had a bunch of they had like the whole Disney Afternoon thing going on.
Oh yeah, they had Hercules. They had fucking
they had Hercules animated series. That could be a contender for that too. The Hercules, like.
They had a fucking crossover episode between Hercules and Aladdin once, where Jafar ended up in Hades.
Wow, that's kind of crazy, actually. But yeah, so yeah, because I searched for 80s villainesses and it just came up with like the standard, like. Oh my gosh.
Damn it, Fiend.
I know, right?
This is a hell of a quest.
Right. Just, okay, so... What's this guy?
Ajax, say hi.
Yeah, it's from the raccoons, yeah. Okay, let's see. Oh, let's see.
Cat is a lap cat. Like I'll be like sitting here and everything, and Ajax will jump into my lap, and I'll put Ajax, like I'll pick Ajax up, drop him on the floor, he'll jump right back up in my lap. He does this like 3 or 4 fucking times. If I get up, he'll steal my seat. He's a little fucker.
Yeah. God.
I know what meme we need to have, Hunger. We need the JoJo to be continued meme.
Right, yeah. Well, I actually have that one.
And we should use that.
I stopped using it because I got copyright claimed for it, so...
Seriously?
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah,
wow.
I was using it during a Final Fantasy Crystal Chronicles stream, and I got copyright claimed for it, so...
Oh
so I
my
stopped using
fucking god.
Wow.
So yeah.
Fucking JoJo, man.
Why would you get copyright claim for that?
Because of the song.
The song.
Oh, the song. That's right.
But yeah. Kids today just don't get what true villainy looks like, and it's just all the 80s villains. It's like Mumra.
Right.
Mumra and Hordak and Skeletor and Megatron and Cobra Commander. Oh man, that's too funny. Gargamel shit.
See, what they need is a meme like that that's got like all the different villains on there, same villains, but then it says real villains sell toys.
Right. Jeez. Jeez.
Man, and then you compare the Megatron of like I'll be honest with you, like I had almost every fucking Starscream figure up until the movie came out.
Yeah.
I had the Protoform Starscream, but that one was pretty bad. I just didn't bother with the movie ones at that point.
Yeah.
Like, you know what the fucking Protoform Starscream was? He was a meteor. He turned into a goddamn lump.
Oh, yeah.
Like, it was stupid. Like, it wasn't even really all that. Like, it was kind of a cool preview for the movie and everything. Like, it was a neat idea, but it was a lump. See, this is why it's not completely a Minecraft stream, folks.
Yeah, this is why it's called a podcast. There was Minecraft in it, and now we're doing this.
Now we're trying to figure out who the fuck this is.
Right.
Storming on who this is.
Yeah, I have no idea. Like, this would require like an absolutely obsessive amount of research that I just do not have the time for. Like,
right?
It's like that Conan image with him holding the Digimon CD soundtrack. Like somebody photoshopped this image of Conan from Late Night with Conan O'Brien holding the Digimon soundtrack for Digimon the movie. And people thought that, and people were like looking for this lost footage of Conan holding this CD because they thought it was real, you know, like. And,
oh my god!
Like, and it turned out that it was like the image came, like somebody actually found the episode that the original image came from. And debunked it. They're like, yeah, this is the original image of him holding an album, and somebody just photoshopped the Digimon cover on there. Like, so.
That's great.
But yeah, so it was pretty funny though.
That's what I'm saying. Did he Mandela affect this thing into being real? Like, are we just imagining this thing, and we're just taking like bits and pieces of like other characters we remember and imposing it on this one?
Yeah, no, like I don't like if this is somebody's like OC that they just posted somewhere, then it's really good. But like it really does look like one of those early like 80s, 90s, maybe early 2000s sort of characters. I mean, it could be somebody from something older, but like I said, most of like the 60s and 70s animated series had like more realistic characters in them, like that didn't have these types of exaggerated proportions. You know, like she's like super skinny, you know, so I don't think that she would have been in like the Ghostbusters or, you know.
I do still think Beetlejuice is a possibility.
Beetlejuice sounds like it could be a thing, like the Beetlejuice, like, you know, I looked up a list of all the characters and didn't see anything that sounded like her. But
like I said, that's why it seems like it's a one-off character.
Yeah, it does seem like it could be like a one-off character from a show like that. You know, she does have that vibe. But yeah, you know, because like there's a couple of shows that I could see her fitting into, and she could be in just a villainous in a random, you know, like, you know, I wouldn't be surprised to find out that she was like just a one-off from like, you know, something random, but you know, it's just, you know,
some like French cartoon nobody's ever seen.
You know, I mean, that's a possibility too. She could be from something that was never aired in the U.S. That's, you know, that's unfortunately true. There could be something like that. So, you know, who knows? Anyway, but yeah. I need to Photoshop a picture of her like on the side of a milk carton.
Have you seen this woman?
Have you seen this? Have you seen the show that this character came from? You know, just put it in the thumbnail. Anyway, but yeah, I think we're gonna go ahead and end the stream there, though. I want to thank everybody so much for watching. I do hope you all enjoyed. We'll be back to do this again next week, and of course, as always, I hope everybody has a great day. Bye-bye.
Okay, I love you. Bye-bye.